Our band of adventurers, the God's Heading, are in the city of Ledstor, currently deciding on their next move in their journey. Partway through, you had decided to try and send a message to the Druids of Dargril Forest, using Val's familiar, Akasha. While you waited for her to return, you received a message from an individual that you were not too sure was still alive. Captain Rogan, a individual who was part of the grasp before it fell. Deciding that you have some time, you decided to head towards where he said he was located, in which you found him, tired, slightly wounded, but very much alive, alongside a handful of companions, one of which decided to follow your party out of interest of your equipment. You were also able to convince a young druid girl, simply under the name Black Feline, to accompany them as they were continuing their pilgrimage to the various druid tribes. After getting a wounded individual back to Ledstor and to the infirmary, you all decided to go your separate ways to rest for the night. And that is where we left off, just because we did run out of time the last time. Nemesis, you had brought Ree to the infirmary.
Yeah.
Did you say anything in particular to them, or was it just a case of we found this person, he was wounded?
God, I have totally forgotten what I was going to do. Did Rogan tell us to tell them what was up?
When you mentioned this to Rogan, he said that he was conflicted himself on whether to come clean or not. Because he said it's a case of, if they say that there were people that were alive, then that might bring false hope, only for people to, find out that they didn't survive and they're in fact dead. But also keeping it quiet means that it'll be difficult to explain things like Rogan showing up alive.
Azalea, that is alcohol. Sorry.
Your cat wants. Your cat wants
I suppose I'll stay quiet for now until either Rogan or one of his companions wants to say something. So yeah, I'll just say like, hey, we found this guy. He's injured.
All right. So that's the nurses. They take him in. They ask a few questions. Ree also doesn't explain what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just kind of there as they're sort of setting up, and they're like, what happened? And he basically explains that he was traveling and was set upon by wild animals.
Okay. So that's the story. We're going to stick to it.
That's the story that Ree's doing, and Vineyard ended up sneaking away before you went into the infirmary.
Get some alcohol.
I will tell Ree, where are we staying? The Distant Star?
I think, some of us are staying in the Distant Star, others are staying at Fortune's house.
Yeah, Valif
I prefer
and Fortune...
to give people the address of the Distant Star.
Yeah, Valif and Fortune went to Fortune's
they went
house.
back to her home.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will just say, if you need anything or if you want to meet up with us again, we tend to stay at the Distant Star.
Gotcha. Just kind of like looks at his leg, which at this point has been like casted. Might be stuck here a while.
Do you need anything? Do you have money?
It's fine. He just kind of looks around. Our little friend said he'll sort me out for a way back to Gallero.
All right then, if you're sure about that.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Then I will depart and try to find our other friend.
Niles or Vineyard?
Vineyard.
Make a investigation check.
Okay.
All right, that bastard ran off.
10.
Didn't Niles and the Dirtchild find him?
They did, yes. But
Oh, right.
Nemesis
Right.
doesn't know this.
Yeah, I am all the way in the med bay.
You spend a good hour to the point where curfew does start kicking in, but thankfully you have your written permission.
I have a permit.
Yep, your permit to allow you to continue walking the streets after dark. You do not find him.
Valid permission.
Okay. Then, if that's the case, I will go back to Fortune's house, I guess.
All right. So
Because I'm going to assume that that's at least where Fortune fucked off to.
So you go there. You knock
Yes,
on the
the
door.
bird the bird is moving.
Okay, good.
Forgive me.
Yeah. So the door is locked. So you do knock. About 2 or 3 minutes later, the door opens, and there is Arthas, wearing just a sleeping gown, and he doesn't have like a proper sleeping cap, but he has 2 smaller sleeping caps over his horns.
For
Oh,
fuck's sake.
That's amazing.
oh, protect him from the evils of the world. Oh,
Yo.
I apologize if I woke you up.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, come on. He opens the door a bit wider and lets you in.
Alright. Go ahead and go in.
Valve is
Is
sleeping on the.
Celeste, like-
Yeah, he is. Well, he's not sleeping, but he's just kind of like sitting on the sofa. He's just like, Arthur's closed the door, like, well, you know where you're sleeping, so I'm just gonna go bye. He just kind of like slinks off to his own room.
Hello, Nemesis.
I'm surprised to see you here.
Well, we didn't manage to find him, but we thought, perhaps we could rest. To be honest, I did get a bit distracted.
With what?
Well, I was hungry, you see.
I see. And that took you several hours?
No, we searched for several hours, but by the end of the day, we were tired of walking, and I was quite hungry. And we were near Fortune's home, so we decided to stop by, and then everybody went to bed, and here I am.
Nemesis just kind of slowly nods. Not surprised at this point, but still irritated.
I'm not. I was under the assumption we would meet up eventually, and everybody else was searching as well, so.
Hopefully they'll have better luck than either of us, and I will go ahead and just like slump in the couch by him.
Alrighty.
there's something so funny about like a 7 foot tall, like doesn't need to sleep Goliath warlock is going. I'm sorry I was late, Nemesis. I had a rumbly in my tumbly.
Are
I love that so much.
Oh,
are you
that's great.
feeling okay?
Yes. No, after sleeping, I guess, for quite a while, I feel fine.
And
But-
you haven't had any other problems?
No, not that I'm aware of. That new fellow seems interesting.
Ugh. I don't know. He seems a bit of a ham.
A ham.
Showy but not sincere.
It's possible.
I know a fire and water genasi. I've never heard of a pork genasi.
Yes, he seems odd, but like I said to him earlier, the rest of you thought I was odd when we first met.
I still think you're odd, but I think that you're genuine in it.
Thank you.
He's...
We'll have to see if he is.
Mhm.
You're right. For now, I think at least he believes I trust him, and so perhaps we can use that.
I suppose. For
Not-
all of your weird quirks, you're at least good at giving advice.
Well, thank you. I'm not the wisest, but it's something that I've dwelled on quite a lot. So I have a lot of time to think.
Is Fortune upstairs?
I believe so, yes. She went upstairs and haven't seen her since.
I think I'm just going to stay here for the night.
Very well. You're still quite mad at her then?
I'm not mad, per se. Okay, I am mad, but... She did something very stupid and selfish.
Yes.
What if you guys were gone permanently?
It's true. From what we've talked about when we were walking, she didn't want me to go through what I was going through alone. If that means anything to you, I know it makes me feel better about the fact that she did, but frankly, I think that trying to control Fortune is not exactly how you should go about that. I think that working to perhaps focus her would be better, but controlling her is entirely impossible, I think.
I don't know anything else but that.
Well, you have a lot of time to learn now. You're no longer a noble.
It just doesn't seem like she understands my point of view.
She probably
From-
doesn't. But I'm not sure.
I suppose I need to get better at conveying these things.
You're right, though. She is prone to getting herself into trouble. And I think that maybe the reason you're so upset is because you think that she does know better. That she is capable of making the right decision, but
Of
chooses
course I
not to.
do. I know
to
that
her-
she's capable, and it scares me that she does these things. I don't want to go through
you
Evie
afraid
again.
Hmm?
We had a party member before you joined us. This elven woman. She used to jump into things like that as well.
Hmm.
She was killed very early on.
Yes. We wouldn't want that. I'll keep an eye on her.
I'm surprised that you two even seem to get along well.
She has a certain freedom to her. I think that's why. I think that's another thing. Why another reason why it makes you so upset is because you haven't had that.
What, you think it's some sort of jealousy?
I don't think you're jealous. I think, well, maybe, but I think that you just, if you, yeah, maybe you are jealous. Valith laughs, like, yeah, you always get very flustered whenever we try to break the rules, and it's understandable. The rules exist for a reason, but why not break them? Because you can. See what will happen.
I
Sometimes we get a good outcome. We get a good outcome. It's not all black and white, I think.
I just suppose it hadn't occurred to me that I can do things like that now.
Yes, especially now. Before, it was understandable. You were expected to represent your family, but now you are just Nemesis.
I'm still trying to figure out who that is. You know, I can't believe this. I agree with you.
About?
I need to start trying things and start being more open to all the craziness.
Good.
I still think that some of the things that we do are very stupid, and Fortune trying to join you in that orb was suicidal. But I will try to keep an open mind.
It was incredibly stupid, yes. Terribly dumb. But I can't tell you that I wouldn't have done the exact same thing. Because it's not about whether it's the right thing to do or the smart thing to do, but it feels right sometimes. And sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. But anyways, I'm going to go back to writing my book.
You're right. I should sleep. I'll stop interrupting you. Alright.
Go back to writing that stuff.
I'm still gonna sleep on the couch. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to actually talk to Fortune, but...
Yep.
As you kind of
How big is this couch? Because they're...
Ain't big enough.
You know
her
what?
legs are going to be dangling off the
You know what?
side.
Nemesis will use Valeth's shoulder as a pillow.
Oh,
As you're doing this, you do feel like a slight pushing on your other shoulder as Black Feline, still in a cat form, like jumps off and sort of.
I think the cold hard ground would be comfier than Valeth's pec, surely.
Yeah, I literally, like, I'm a Goliath. Like, I have rocks sticking out of my skin in places. They have litho
She's
there.
slept on the floor before. She'll live.
I guess
That's
you could say that less packs are rock hard.
It's true.
Also, I kind
Literally.
of want to see Fortune's reaction to Nemesis sleeping on Valeth's shoulder.
I
Yeah.
said somewhere like this. My bed at home was quite firm. Yeah.
And the best part about it is, it's like, now that you're sleeping on his shoulder, he can't get up. It's like
Yeah.
having like a
You can't move.
cat. It's like having like a cat on you. You're like, well, I can't get up now. Sorry, I'm stuck here forever.
Yeah.
And he would 100% literally just sit there at a
Yep.
certain point and be in silence, staring forward when Fortune comes down or someone comes out. And they're like, morning.
Yeah.
Alright.
Speaking of cat, you watch as Black Feline jumps off and goes back into a human form and just kind of like quietly sits in a corner, just cross-legged.
All right. So what are the rest of you bozos doing?
I would assume they went back to the distant stars.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
to get some sleep.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so unless there's anything that the other group want to do during their waiting to fall asleep, you all wake up once more, start a new day. Fortune, you come down to see a sleeping Nemesis using Valith as a pillow.
Fortune here. Oh, she is here. Okay.
I'm here. I just go, and I walk past and I go get coffee.
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 Alright. So, surprisingly, you woke up a bit earlier than you
Actually,
had.
Valith would be sitting there, and Valith would say, "Morning, Fortune."
Morning. You want some coffee?
Yes, please. I would have gotten some earlier, but I can't get up.
You want eggs? I'll make eggs too.
Eggs would be nice.
Oh my god, Fortune can cook.
I don't know. Y'all never let her try.
For good reason, I
Hold
think.
on. Hold on.
It's dangerous.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright.
What would be a cooking role?
There isn't.
Who knows? It's cooking utensils, and it literally could be any one of the maybe not strength,
Dex.
That's it.
I say Dex.
dexterity,
It would be
Like
wisdom.
life
I think
skills.
wisdom is honestly one of the better.
either
Which
way.
means Valith would be a terrible cook.
Dexterity and
Mom, what do I
wisdom.
roll?
Make a dexterity. Just
Yeah.
make a straight dexterity check. Roll each one of your dex modifier. 12.
Or performance.
I mean, they're okay.
They're eggs.
They're eggs.
Egg.
Yeah.
They're not bad eggs. They have
Eggs,
seasoning.
So, as you hear the sounds as well of Fortune's parents, heading downstairs, you watch as Black Feline quickly leap up onto Nemesis's shoulder as she turns back into a cat.
Okay, then Nemesis will kind of jump awake. Huh.
Hold on, I'm just really laughing at the idea of this fucking druid, normal form, leaps on a Nemesis' shoulder first, sitting there, and then transforms.
It isn't the case.
Wait, why have we got a druid cat now?
They joined us. We
We met her
She's
in the
on a
forest.
pilgrimage.
We
She's
stole
the child.
traveling. She's
Did
on
you
a
not
pilgrimage
listen to the
traveling
recap?
between but the actual specifics of her story weren't really there.
Okay, so
She is traveling from Druid tribe to Druid tribe on a pilgrimage to learn things
okay.
about them, I believe.
Yeah,
That's
and
kind of
we
the
were
gist
gonna
of it right
take her over to Elvengrow,
Okay,
Yeah.
and we were gonna go investigate.
Yeah, that was the next place I
Stuff
think we
there.
were gonna.
Because
Yeah,
That in
would
itself,
never-
that in itself shows that Ed did not listen to the recap I did. 'Cause
I did
mentioned
listen to the recap, but you made it vague. You didn't say, "Oh yeah, then we met this person who definitely."
We met her, and I think
Well,
it was a quick part of it. Yeah.
So wait, so when did
us?
this druid cat person introduce themselves? Was I in the room?
When did what now?
You're at the tavern with
Yeah,
the boys.
you're at the tavern. This is Black
Yeah.
Feline is
No,
with.
but have I met this new character?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we travel with them
Yes.
through from meeting the.
Okay, good. I was just checking. Okay.
We went to find the guys, the captain.
Yeah.
And that's where we met
Mike.
a couple of people, including this druid lady and including Shadow's character.
Yeah.
And then those two joined us, and then we had the captive guy. He was like Sneeferblin, wasn't he? He was the dark gnome or something.
Yeah, Vineyard.
And
was a
Vineyard, and then
halfling.
we.
Okay.
Oh, he was a halfling, and so then once we got into town, he disappeared. He fucked off, and we were like, "God damn it!" Because he was like a captive that we were supposed to give to the.
Guys.
He wasn't a
We're just
captive.
adopting everybody now. It's
Or
fine.
no, he was wasn't he like a war prisoner or something like that?
No,
Prisoner of war?
that was Ree who.
Oh, okay.
Ree is a war prisoner. He was the gnome.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Vineyard
halfling
is
was-
the halfling that was working with Rogan.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he was just a mercenary. So he like fucked off. So it doesn't really matter. But
He
we were
wasn't a
just like,
mercenary. He is part of the Lord's Guard. Rogan
Yeah.
and Vineyard are part of the Lord's Guard. The mercenary you're thinking of
okay.
is Yosut, which was the pale wood elf.
Which is
Okay.
Niall's companion.
He just kind of fucked right off.
Yeah.
All
Which-
right. So, anyways, back to the story
Are you all caught up
at
now?
hand. All right. So I guess Nemesis kind of like jumps awake at that since there's a literal cat leaping onto her
Mhm.
shoulder.
Yep.
Oh God.
Noises.
Did you have to wake me like that? I kind of look to Black Feline. Good kitty. And I'll pet her.
She is as you like go to pet her, she does like sort of shrink away a little bit, but eventually like accepts the pat.
It's okay.
Around this point, the door opens and you can see a somewhat tired Arthas and a somewhat tired as well Valeri. So like walk in. Morning. Oh, I see you're up.
Always.
Well, you were.
Surprised that Fortune is up at all.
I made eggs. Come get them.
Ooh, eggs.
Just
Kind
kind of
of
like
rubbing
quickly.
Look
it
at
from her eyes.
Yeah, you just kind of like walk. They just kind of walk over and grab a few egg, like a small plate of eggs. Valeri's just kind of like looking at Fortune with a bit of concern. Katie, are you sure that you're okay then?
I'm fine.
Okay, it's just, you showing that you can do this magic now is, well, I think it's pretty interesting.
Surprisingly, out of everything that's gone on in our adventures, learning that I can do magic is the least surprising thing.
I'm sure it is, but you know what your mother is like.
I know. Remember when you almost burned the kitchen down doing an experiment? I remember that one.
Yes, that is why he's not allowed to do experiments in the house anymore. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, honey.
I'll go ahead and go get some eggs. I'll look to Black Feline and I'll go, do you want some?
Just
Do
kind of
you
looks
eat
at them.
this?
There's just like a slight shake of her head.
Alright, we'll get you something to eat later on. Do you eat meat?
Another shake of her head.
You don't eat meat? What kind of person are you? Alright. We'll get you something else. I'm gonna eat my fucking eggs.
At this point, Arthas does notice, like, he's like, oh, I didn't know that we had a new friend. And he just kind of like walks up to Black Feline and like obviously not internally, but a bit heavy-handedly, like,
Oh my God.
strokes her. You can see Black Feline is not enjoying it.
Dad,
Oh.
she's gonna scratch you.
Oh, it's fine. It's not like it's happened before.
She
Honey, please don't aggravate the cat. Oh, fine. I'll get him some milk. Do you want some milk?
If you want
little
somebody to
fella?
pet, I think Scampers is still sleeping. I love you.
Well,
Oh my
first,
God, Scampers would rip his hand off.
let me get this little bit of a bowl of milk. I'll probably be fine. He just quickly heads. He actually leaves the house.
And I know Scampers would stab him. It'd be funny.
Okay, I'm gonna eat these eggs that have like no seasoning on them.
Yeah, no, they're pretty average.
Nemesis just looks sorely disappointed because she knows that she can't cook for the life of her, and if Fortune can't cook, they are just gonna starve. Like,
All right. So about 10 minutes later, Arthas does return back with like a small like pot that's filled with milk, and he just like quickly puts some in a bowl and just places it down. Like, "Here, come here, Faye. Come on." Like Phelan just kind of like looks tenantly at you before she like jumps off and heads towards the bowl and starts like lapping some of it up.
I can't believe this. She'll drink milk, but she won't eat meat.
Leave her alone. It's popular for people to not eat meat nowadays.
Who doesn't eat meat? They're monsters.
There was a time I went with that.
Nemesis
girl, but you
just
know.
looks so disgusted.
It is true. She did try not having any meat, but I believe she got bored of it.
Wait, with another girl?
I has returned.
I don't know what you mean.
Fortune just said it was another girl.
Tried for another girl.
Tried for another girl. You changed yourself for another girl.
I mean, if we went out to dinner together, it was a lot easier to just eat the same things, you know?
Nemesis once again just looks absolutely baffled. It's just what normal people do.
And Alvis kind of just like in that pause just says, "I don't know. You probably have to ask someone that's normal."
Tieflings go, I think we're pretty normal.
I think we're pretty normal as well, but we have a few different things. Like, I don't think people drink as much coffee as we do. Or tea. Tea is what I meant. Apologies.
I don't know. My brother seems to glug coffee.
Then I hope to meet this brother and accept that as a challenge.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Please.
Well, if you guys did decide to join us at our estate, you could meet him.
I was meant to ask about that. Where is it?
It's over by Exeter.
Ah. I might not be able to go there. Valerianite. Yes, but do you think I'm going to trust you with the house while I'm gone? I only nearly burned the kitchen down once.
Just once, you know.
If you swear on your life you won't do it again, then I would visit their house as soon as I can. I may not be able to promise I won't do experiments, but I'll do my best. For the God's sake. Fine. I will see if I can arrive there in the next month or so.
Actually, that's a good question. Is there any religious symbols in this house?
You can't see it, but I'm looking at Fortune's icon right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's your family,
I'm
Anna.
trying to remember if she does.
Starbucks logo.
I thought that Fortune didn't believe in any gods, but I thought that her family might be different.
I don't know.
I did not take into account that, Tom. That is on your discretion.
You do not see any symbols.
Okay.
You get the feeling that while they do like note that there are gods, because it's very difficult to not disprove it, you don't think they're very much in the religious stuff. They accept that there's gods, but they're not.
I think Nemesis looks just kind of like really surprised. It's like, you know, she was raised with like religious symbols just everywhere.
Yeah, no.
And she's just kind of like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't have like a portrait of like holy deities or symbols like nailed into your walls? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, we damaged the wall. Why the hell would we do that?
Because Fortune, your family is so strange.
See? I told you we weren't normal.
No. My sweetheart's an angel, trust me. We are not the strange ones here.
I'm sure she is. And just like gives you a pat on the head.
No, Dad, I mean quite literally.
I am sure
yes,
she
she's-
is. Continues
she's
patting his
Quite
head.
serious.
Nemesis? Will
What,
you do the wing
you-
thing?
You want me
Please?
to do the wing thing?
Yes.
I suppose. All right. Here we go. It's been a while. I'll go ahead and stand up from the table. Just kind of like give me some space, because last time I did this indoors, I knocked a few chairs off.
Don't hit the kitty.
I can't control the span of my wings.
Black feline is low to the ground, so it's fine.
Okay.
No,
and I
the
will go ahead and cast Radiant Soul.
Okay, so the wings come out. There's a brief pause of just silent shock from Arthas and Valeri. Until you hear Arthas say, "So you weren't saying that figuratively."
I told you my sweetheart is an angel.
No, it's quite literal. I would not be surprised if Arthas started poking at her.
He's not at that point, but he is. You can see, like, he's just like looking at the wings very intently.
He's thinking about it.
Do
Valeri,
you want to touch them?
can I?
I suppose. Don't touch my back.
Right, wings only.
Fortune poked her in the back.
Wings only. Got it. And he begins like he's, despite the fact that he's like very eager, he's being extremely gentle,
Yeah.
like very
Please God, do
slowly.
not rip off my feathers or something.
Like he's very like gently just like pushing it by, just looking at it. He does like push a bit harder on a few areas, just trying to see like how much resistance and such. Valeri is just kind of looking there in just complete disbelief. How long does the wings last?
It lasts for a minute, I think.
Okay. So as it starts getting near a bit,
yeah.
Arthur says, "If this is too much to ask, can I have one of the feathers?"
Do it quick.
Okay. And he just like instantly just grabs a feather and pulls.
Oh God.
It stings. It stings quite a bit. And like you just like out of instinct, like your wings like so like twitch upwards a bit.
Oh yeah. Does he get hit?
No, thankfully
Okay.
he was being careful.
Does he get struck by holy fire or something?
No, but you can see he's just there, like just like looking at the feather. Eventually, your own feathers sort of vanish, like your own wings vanish, but the feather he's got is still there.
Oh my God!
Ooh.
Really?
He watches as he
That's
examines it.
Interesting.
You do notice that it has lost, like your wings glow slightly. This has lost its glow, but it's still there. So now it looks now it kind of looks a bit like a giant. It looks almost like a giant eagle feather, almost at this point.
Oh, I was just about to ask, do the feathers shimmer like her hair, or did they lose the color like it does when she cuts her hair?
It's a sort of whitish glow.
So
Okay.
it is very similar to when she cuts her hair and she loses.
Yeah, that makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you just kind of like.
That's so cool.
I'm going to need to do a lot of experiments with this.
I didn't know that it did that.
Well, now we do, and that's going to
Experiments.
That's going to be interesting.
Science!
This explains a lot about Fortune.
The stuff that could be done with it. Ooh, what if it had like some magical properties that could be
Dad,
used?
this is a very precious resource. Don't go crazy.
I'm not going crazy, but if I find something and it's really beneficial, it's going to cause a bunch of moral issues, ain't it? Yeah. At this point now, like he's kind of realizes what he's saying, and he kind of looks a little bit less like excited.
You may experiment with it, but you can't tell people where it came from.
If I'm being honest, Miss Nemesis, I think people won't believe me if I said that a lady just sprouted wings.
That completely depends on who you talk to.
Right?
Okay, well, the
If you
drunkards
told
might.
someone like Kimbany that, like,
Okay, well, the drunkards might, but... I'll
Oh,
keep
shut
it a
up.
secret,
Wait.
but if it's something that could be very helpful, I may need to tell people.
you have to inform me first.
Well, of course, I'm going to inform you first. I'm not some kind of monster. I know the visage. I know the fact I'm a tiefling suggests otherwise, but I can assure you I am quite civilized.
Very well. I will trust you until proven otherwise.
Valeri, at this point, finally gets her voice back.
Yeah.
I will make sure that he behaves himself. This has been a week.
We apologize. We're leaving soon, I promise.
Oh, where are you intending to go?
We're going through the mountains to Elvengrau.
To Elven? Why would you not just take the path to Underrook?
want to take the
Because...
scenic route.
I would be very careful then if I were you, Katie. There was about a month ago, there was a report of a sort of... They think it might have been a dragon, but it was much smaller. On the northwestern side of Lesdor. If you're heading that way, I would be very careful.
We fought dragons before.
I know, but that doesn't make a difference. A dragon is a dragon. Even if you beat one, there are stronger dragons.
Miss Valeri, I can assure you that at the very least, I will make sure that Fortune doesn't die.
I would hope so. And Arthur speaks so as well. Yeah, because if not, and I found a way to turn this into a weapon, I won't need to call people. Arthas, please. What? I'm just caring for Katie.
See, Fortune, there are people that care about your safety.
Yes, I know that.
Obviously not enough.
Listen, I care more about the other safety than my own. Deal with it.
Nemesis just kind of looks very... I mean, she looks upset usually, but like... She's just not happy. I think we should talk privately later.
Sure.
For now, I should find the others and see if they had any luck.
Alright.
Is your child still in the house with us?
I assume,
Dirt Child
I assume
is...
he went back to the distant stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was just me and you when we were searching, right, Fortune?
Yeah, and then Dirt Child went with
Niles, yeah.
Nyla. Niles.
He said his nickname's Niles, so I'm just
Niles.
going to use
Alright,
Niles.
so
That's
I can
perfect.
call him Niles.
Perfect.
It's easier to call him Niles because I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, alright.
Can't believe Shadow's dead again.
Alright,
With Eli.
then let's go ahead and go to the distant stars.
Okay. As you leave, yeah, like obviously Valeri and Arthas say goodbye. Fortune, Valeri just gives you a big hug and like it just whispers into your ears. Please be careful. I know you care about your friends more than your own, but don't forget that we also care about you just as much.
Fortune just like hugs her back even tighter and whispers into her ear, I know. I'll be safe. I just act strong in front of them.
And she just like gives you one last squeeze before she breaks a hug and sends you on your way. Arthur's just kind of like waves, holding the feather. Wait, Bay! Safe Travers! Don't do anything I wouldn't do! Make sure you look after the kitty cats!
And then suddenly Arthas accidentally casted Featherfall.
Oh my god. Maybe that's the reality of it.
Actually, have they seen Scampers yet? Did we show them our baby boy?
I assume you did.
Yeah.
I would assume so, since we had like 3 days there.
True.
Yeah, because I think this is day 4 in Lesdor now at this point.
Yep.
Alright. So, you leave Fortune's abode and head to the distant stars. The folks at the distant stars, you guys do anything in the morning, or are you just waiting for them to show up?
I will play a nice little morning ballad.
Alright.
And then he breaks out the kazoo.
I would be.
I don't have a kazoo.
So you said it's like this is a fancy place, right?
This is the fanciest of the inns in
Okay.
Lesdor.
Now, if it's like a fancy hotel, does it come with like complimentary like bath, body wash, and shampoo and stuff like that?
This is medieval
Oh, God.
times, not the 21st century.
Okay, never mind then.
Also, Trothnar would never use shampoo unless we're forcing him to do that, so I don't know why you're asking about that.
He just good
To make
berries.
him as
No,
jealous.
this has baths, but you have to request one, and it does cost a little bit extra. But there is no like bath bombs or anything, because the closest thing to a bath bomb you've got is those little drink things, but that's not a bath bomb. That is it for a drink.
Okay. What's Rachel up to? Yeah. Good berry as usual. Apparently, he's casting good berry.
Good berries, Sister Greta. Oh my god, what are you gonna do with all of them?
I would have
Like
thought
you said, Tony, good
I
point.
would have thought good berries that like lose their grandeur just kind of vanish because they're magically summoned almost.
Yeah. I mean, there's always mulching them.
I feel that would be extremely unhealthy for expired good berries because it's like, you know, expired anything else.
Well, it's like all the
Maybe-
repercussions of the ecological repercussions of things like health potions and stuff like that. It's like, what happens if all you do is drink health potions?
Maybe like with good berries, you know how you make banana bread when bananas start to go bad?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that, good berry bread.
You
Good
don't know.
bread.
Oh my god, homebrewed item. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
good
when
point.
Gratian retires, is he just gonna make a bakery where everything is made with good berries?
Oh my god.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
he'll
That's it.
go
And it's
around.
and you know, guys, you know what
We
it's gonna be
open
called?
up a
It's gonna be
cafe.
called Good Gracious.
Oh, you suck.
Oh, we go
I
beyond
love
a
it!
Sorry, I got
Oh,
really
fun.
excited.
Well,
When I
well,
got it, it's like, ah.
bakery. We make it a
Good
full-blown
lord.
cafe. Yeah. So
But
we need to get
all of the
100%
seating has to be chairs that he's trying to sell to people too.
Oh yeah.
You can buy anything in the restaurant,
Can you buy the restaurant itself?
including
Okay,
the
guys,
employees
okay.
and the restaurant. itself.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm not for sale.
So for the sake then, you eventually all meet up in the distant stars. You're all together, so what is that you want to do?
I will look to the cat and ask both her and Nemesis. Have you guys... Has she eaten yet?
She had milk, but apparently she doesn't eat meat. What do you eat then, plants?
Just
That's-
a slight nod.
That's
my
Can I
actually
go over to
pretty
the
good.
bar and order her the biggest salad I could buy?
Sure, that will cost.
I like how that's the
5
option. It's
copper?
like that's still not food. You need protein.
I'm
Like, get her some
also going to
soybeans.
I'm also
Get her a
going to look to her and ask, is it only plant, or do you also allow dairy?
Another
Well.
nod.
Then why didn't she eat the eggs? Is it because they looked like shit?
Hey!
Because eggs aren't dairy. I'm
Eggs-
sorry.
eggs
Is
come
that what
from
you just
There's actually
implied?
a very simple explanation
Okay,
for this
okay,
one.
I'm meaning that like it's an animal product
Yeah, but one of them is like just protein, and the other one's like the egg of a creature. Like it's like more alive than.
I
think.
mean, I guess that is technically correct.
Gracian's offering her a good berry.
Nope. Yeah, and I think like
Yeah.
milk is made for nutrition.
She
too.
does take the good. She does
I guess
take
the
the
egg
good
kind
berry.
of. Anyways.
Nemesis just dumbfounded by the meat.
Since this is a fancy place, do they have tofu?
Oh
Would
my
tofu
God.
be around?
They don't have tofu now.
Oh.
Does tofu even exist in this
Yeah.
time?
No.
If they don't have complimentary shampoo in the room, they're not going to have then they're not going to have tofu.
All right.
Keep
Then,
watching that.
if that is the case, for one, did we find Vineyard?
Apparently, these two did. And I point to Asian and Niles.
I guess since he's not here. Yeah, we found him in the what's it called, the really tall inn. Tall Coals, that was it.
Did he say anything of note? Does he want us to continue on without him, or?
He just said thanks for looking out for him.
Right then. Then I suppose that means that our business here would be done. And that means that our business with you is done.
Yeah, about that. You see,
no.
he gets sort of shifty-eyed.
Of course he does. That's funny. Sorry.
So, I kind of don't have any mercenary friends with me at the moment.
Are you serious? You're going to stay with us?
Well, that and, you know, Rogan said to look after you people, so...
Well, Mr. Mercenary, we are heading through the mountains to Elvengrove, where there apparently will be dragons. Would you still like to come?
Sure, I can easily take on a dragon. No problem at all. This shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Still slight
Yeah.
shifty eyes.
Hello, guys. You do remember I can speak to dragons, right?
Miss Valeri said that there was the spotting of a smaller dragon over by the mountains. Just because you can speak to them does not mean that they will be entirely friendly, as we have learned.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Hopefully, we'll avoid it altogether during our journey.
Yes, hopefully we do.
If anyone has any last-minute business here, then I suppose you should complete it. Because otherwise, we have a long journey.
Well, I'll go see what fresh runners they have, and I'll also see if someone's selling a violin.
Oh god. Because we lost horse feed and we have Knighton now, I'm gonna need to stock up on that.
Mm-hmm.
So do they have either, like, does the stable sell it, or do they have, like, a general store?
The stable sells horse feed.
Alright. How much is that again?
It is. I need to get my player's handbook because it's been a long time since I've had to look that up. Let's see. Horse feed.
Prepared for the unexpected.
Start thinking about what you guys want, because we're gonna leave soon.
Yep.
And don't forget, aren't you meant to just... I want to remind myself, because I'm pretty sure as well, aren't you waiting on something to come back as well?
We have our permits. We talked to the Archmage,
Wasn't it? Well,
and
you forgot.
Yeah,
You forgot what I was
Something.
mentioning in the back in the what you call it, the recap, didn't you?
Akasha.
Akasha.
Oh yeah,
Akasha!
that's what we're waiting for. Yes.
It's
So
just it's been a couple days, so I thought that she would have been back by now.
Well, she doesn't. She like we were waiting a couple days for me to just return her to us. Like I could just bring her back at any point.
Yeah.
We just
so-
didn't know how
Okay.
long it would take.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility that when I try to bring her back, she just doesn't come back, and that just indicates she's she's gone. I have to bring her back again.
Then I guess you can start doing that while we're talking.
Yeah. So
it's 5 copper for horse feed,
Okay.
and that's for
Then
one.
yeah,
I
Nemesis
want
mentions that. I go, oh yes.
10
I
feet for horse
suppose.
feed.
I suppose she should be back. So yeah, I'll try to summon Akasha.
Yeah, so you do the click to that would normally make her vanish. Click again to summon her. Nothing.
Yes.
Shit.
Bother.
If I were to get, I mean that sucks, but if I were to get 10 bags of horse feed, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
How
No,
much would that
that's so
be?
funny, dude.
I'm so sorry.
That sucks. But on the topic of horse feed,
I'm
rough,
sorry.
That's rough. Oh, fuck. So good.
so
Um,
that would be 5 silver for 10 bags. But keep in mind that it does take up space in your cart.
Oh, I was gonna put part of it in the bag of holding.
It's gonna be a bit of a squeeze.
Okay.
Because
We can
obviously,
use my bag of holding.
keep in mind what you've got in your bag of holding. The fact that even though it's a bag of holding, it has limits.
It has like a mouth that you have to get
I
the bag
just don't
through.
know how long we're gonna be stuck in the mountains, so I want to make sure that Knighton has food and Milo.
And Milo,
You're
using 2 bits a day, so
So I think that's a good amount. So, all right. So, anyways, on the topic of Akasha, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. She, it was expected, and I asked her if she would be okay with doing it, so
Then you should,
I will,
I suppose, consider summoning her, and
yes,
hopefully she can relay something to us.
While we grab some supplies, I will stay here, and while the rest of you grab supplies, I'll stay here and bring her back. It takes me about an
Yeah,
hour.
Alright.
I'll go look for some fresh fruit juice for our new accompaniment.
to which you look around and actually you notice Black Feline's not there. But after a few minutes, you watch as she comes from like a small almost like a cupboard. Like she just quickly jumps out and jumps back onto the table.
Thank God. You are coming with me, and I scoop her up.
Wow. All right.
In the fucking bag.
Did she just hiss at me?
A little bit. It was more of a scared meow.
Nemesis just kind of gives her a look of do that again. I dare you.
Wow.
Nemesis.
Oh my
Play
god.
nice.
She's bullying a 14-year-old girl. I like to point this out.
Yep.
Oh my god.
She's not
Nemesis.
bullying. She's just don't do that again.
You're threatening to punch the cat.
I did not threaten to punch the cat. I just
Oh my
glared at her.
Oh my god, Nemesis. You're older and so much bigger than her.
Nemesis
Please,
has the mentality of a 15-year-old. I don't know what you're
That's true. She's definitely got some arrested development going on.
like.
Okay.
Just thinking,
Alright
who
then.
has all the papers you guys stole from Vesper?
I believe they are in the bag of holding that I gave back to Delson.
Delson.
Dalton.
Okay.
There were some things here actually. If you have the list of stuff that's in the bag of holding, Dom.
Yeah. We
Because
putting it in bag 2.
before we leave,
Because there's the tablet, Vesper's ledger, and then also I still have the globe of Karmora that Fortune stole.
Yep.
Or did she put that in her room?
She put that in her room.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll take that off.
Because
It is
I
not-
remember the thing with Nemesis.
Yeah, we have the tablet and then the ledgers as well. So you can put
Okay.
that on there.
Okay, dear child, we must add it to
Bully
the
the
list.
world.
because I would like to take back the the Vesper, those 4 Vesper letters, because I want to make copies of them to send to Platinum Hold.
Okay, we'll give him the letters.
Nice.
That means more room to fill with apples.
Oh my
I'm
God.
guessing they don't. Okay, hold on. So 4 in.
We do have the slab. Wait, can we use this? Can we make the slab scalding hot to use it for stone soup?
Okay, now
An
Yeah, we
ancient
have
Dwarven
the
recipe.
slab.
Return the
That
slab.
slab.
it is what it is.
But yes, I shall go up
Okay.
shopping for food, and also seeing if someone has a violin for sale.
And I need to go to a. Is there a post office or a courier service going on?
Yeah, there's a courier service.
Okay. I need to find a pen or a quill or something adequately.
Oh my
high
god,
fantasy
I'm
and
sure
medieval.
that you have a quill, honey.
Again,
And if not,
you're
I'm
traveling.
sure the courier service will have a quill.
Okay, excellent. So
And
then,
I'd like to
Am
go
I
with
you
Crofner
guys?
to collect the mail.
All right.
Am I
So-
really jumping, guys?
I will write 5 letters and put in the same envelope.
Mm-hmm.
And the courier service. So 4 of them will be just transcripts of the 4 letters we got off Vesper,
Mm-hmm.
and the second one, and the 5th one. Sorry, I will write out now if you want me to.
Sure.
I would just like to badger the person to get my mail, please.
Oh my god.
All right. So the clerk is like, yes, and your name is
Katie Levine.
Katie Levine of the Levine family. Yes.
No, of the
Yes,
Pickle
that is what
family.
one would confirm by having the last name of Levine.
Yes, of course. It just seems odd as Valerie Levine had arrived here the day before to collect any mail that was delivered.
Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure they got the mail.
Is it
Well, I'm
Levine or Levine?
Like Adam Levine.
It is spelled Levvine.
Okay, then it is Adam Levine.
Nice. Okay. What was the name? Oh god, what was the name of the captain of the guard back at Platinum Hold again?
You mean the ogre? Olga.
Yeah, the ogre.
Not Olga, giant. Olga, yeah. Olga,
Olga.
just... Brain!
Thinking is hard.
Keeping like 100 plus... I wonder how many NPCs I've made already. But keeping all their names stuck
Enough
in
to
my
crash roll 20.
head... Apparently. Because that's just because of the character sheet stuff more than anything. I don't make character sheets for every NPC. Only the ones I could potentially fight, but at this point now I'm playing it by ear. No, I mean like just in general. I have to be over 100 at this point.
Oh, character sheets for only the ones that are going to be fought. I'd like to fight the mailman.
That could be fought. Or just ones where it's like, ooh, that's a good name, write that down.
Yep.
When I could have just used a goddamn notepad document like I do for my campaign notes.
Mm-hmm. Or a physical notebook.
I do not trust my handwriting for that.
But it's so nice when you get the ones that are like the college notebooks that have like 5 different subjects in them, and then
Holy fuck, you're
section is
fucking huge. I just saw the biggest spider walk by.
Kill it with fire.
Was a wolf
Holy
spider.
shit. I've seen some spiders before. That
catch it with a cup and paper.
Office does not have a character sheet. None of them have a character sheets.
Anyways, okay, we should fight Arthas. But anyways,
No, he
I was
does not.
about
He
to
does
say.
not have a
Moving
character sheet,
on.
and he is a civilian. You would kill him in one shot. Anyways, we'll put a pause on Trofnar's stuff then, since he's busy typing.
Yeah, I'm writing. Sorry.
So everyone else is getting like horse feed or produce and all that, yeah?
And
Yeah.
a violin, which is very important.
There is no violin being sold, unfortunately.
I
We're
am
in the middle
disappointed
of a
in my days
war.
room.
So I would say... So obviously, if you're getting 10 days for a single horse worth of horse feed, that's 5 silver. Produce, we can just use the stats, the gold costs for rations, which I think might actually be silver as well. Let me chuck that player's hand on.
Joy.
Yeah, I paid.
Because I keep forgetting. I kind of wish Roll20 had the pricing, but at the same time, there's something nice about having the actual book. That reminds me, I gotta get the books that I bought on Roll20 physically, because books.
Book.
There we go. That's ale. That's horse feed. That's the capacity of containers. That's weaponry. That's armor. I think I'm going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way. Oops. Yeah, so we'll use the same cost as what a ration would be, which is, yeah, 5 silver pieces for 1 day worth of ration.
Okay. So let's see how. And the travel time is an expected. How many days again?
Looking at it, at least to the river, the large river at Elvengrove, near Elvengrove, you're looking at about a week's worth of travel.
Okay, so I can get.
Because wait, what's Gracian's favorite terrain again? Grassland and forest only?
Yep.
You will be going through some mountainous terrain. So, not a whole lot of it, but I would say probably 11 days of travel.
Okay, let's get 11 days worth of produce. Actually, let's make it even 12.
And I'll give you an idea as well, Nemesis, of, horse feed, because obviously you got Milo and Knighton.
So yeah, if we go for an even 12 days, that would be 6 gold, right?
So 12 days.
Yeah, 12. It'll take roughly 11 days to travel, but Delson's buying an extra day of rations.
On the first day of
Often.
travel, my true love gave to me.
All right, then I'm gonna need.
Apple.
I am going to need 24 things of horse feed. Not 24 particularly, because I already have 14.
Mm-hmm. It's because of your money being given internet.
No, because it's like if I'm gonna get it for the 12 days and then I have to buy for double the horses,
Mm-hmm.
then it has to be another 10. So another 10 feet. So I'll just give him a gold.
Okay. All right. So you get
And
you saw it.
How much is that for? How many of them?
It's 5 copper pieces for 1 horse feed.
30. Is it like how many days of horse feed? 15. So is it what we?
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah, because you got 2 horses
Damn.
that actually need to eat.
Yeah. And then I will need to get more rations for myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 150 pounds.
So I will get
Oats.
Yeah. So keep in mind, as I say, especially
I'll
with the
get
horse.
6 more rash.
Yeah. So obviously with all the rations and such, that's easy enough. They mostly give you like traveling food and such, like salted food and everything.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, just keep, because as I'm very aware that 30 plus bags of horse feed is going to use up a lot of space.
Well, I have for horse feed I mean, yeah, it's a lot, but at the same time, I'm kind of shit out of luck because we have 2 horses that need to eat.
Mm-hmm. I would say that with all that horse feed, I guess all the bags is probably gonna use up about half of the cart just for its storage.
Well, you know, you guys wanted a donkey and a horse that eats, so that's your problem.
I wanted
Not
my
mine.
magical horse back, but nobody has a fucking scroll.
Why didn't you go buy one?
Nobody has one. That's what she's saying.
I've been trying.
Okay.
I left Nori with a shit ton of gold to get me as many scrolls as I can.
Like, Norium, I need to feed my addiction. Get me horses.
I mean, you could always ask around
That is true.
because you haven't done that.
I would like to do that. I would like to
Okay.
march straight to the madam and be like, I want a scroll.
What's gonna happen with Knighton? We're still gonna have Knighton.
We could always let Knighton stay with mom and dad, and that way they'll have faster transport if they decide to visit us.
Oh my god.
We
So,
can
Can they
supply
take
them
care
with
of a horse?
food.
so you go to Madame Melody, and you knock on the door. She opens the door. You see she looks a bit annoyed, but the second she sees you, her face kind of like just drops. Oh, Katie, I'm. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a scroll.
Right, I may have scrolls. Did we lose someone again?
Yeah.
Who
Ed.
did we lost Ed
Can't
again?
believe that is fucking dead.
His
Is-
internet.
Is he
is-
still typing,
Yeah.
though?
He's having a time.
He's having a time with his internet.
I had a magical horse. I'm looking to get my magical horse back.
Right.
What was it? Find steed or find greater steed?
Find
Either of those two.
Steed is the base one.
I would like to take my chance with either of them.
I do not have the ability to make a find greater steed, but I am working on writing a scroll of find steed. Are you staying for long or?
No, we're preparing to leave.
Do you have a destination in mind?
I cannot think of the name, but I give her the destination.
Alvin Grow.
Yeah, Elven girl.
It's... What?
What I could do is I could send my familiar Zack ahead with the scroll when it's completed.
Perfect. By the way, I am feeling wonderful.
I'm very glad. I'm a little bit I may be feeling quite guilty still about what happened.
It was dark and scary, and I heard noises.
Don't worry, it's just set.
Hold on. Here's my letter.
Actually work because it is set.
There's my letter.
Okay. Alright, we'll get to your bit in a second. Is there anything else that you want to speak with Madame Melody about, Fortune?
No.
Alright.
Yes. Ah, fucking
Oh my
Ed.
god.
Sorry. Ed's icon just popped up,
Ed's
half
face.
covered by Fortune's character sheet, and it is the most terrifying thing in the world. Fucking change it, please!
Hello,
No,
I am
it's
Daniel
so-
Fatcliffe.
It's so accurate to how I am in real life, though. I like it.
I was thinking
Unfortunately.
Yes, I know.
I
You feel sorry for Pete. She's got to live with it. Yeah.
eh. How much in general would it cost to get jewelry embedded with the prestidigitation spell thing?
The prestidigitation is a simple enough spell. The magical components, maybe you're best asking an arcane salesman, which I understand that they are all occupied right now, but I would say in the excess of maybe 50 to 100 gold.
Oh yeah, that's fucking chump change. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. She just seems.
Imagine saying to a civilian that
Fucking adventurers, I hate so much. We're just the scum of the earth. We're like the equivalent of the rich celebrities that are so just detached from reality. It's amazing.
It's like there's an Elder Scrolls mod for Crusader Kings 2, and one of the debuffs you can have on one of your provinces is adventurers.
Yeah.
And it's literally you have like useless idiots wandering around your kingdom looking for shit to do, like minus public order, like minus taxes, all this sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they just keep fucking things up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah.
I also wanted to ask, I'm sorry. They're coming to mind as we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
If she has any books that she would be willing to sell.
My books are my own. They are for my own hobbies.
Actual hobbies or having to deal with the magic hobby?
Both.
Shame. I wanted something new for the road. Oh well, thank you.
You're welcome. And you just leave, leaving a very confused Madam Melody. Okay, so, and I assume you want this delivered directly to Platinum Hold, Trofnar.
Yeah, and to the person running it, I make it very clear that this is incredibly urgent. Like, this needs to go to Platinum Hold as soon as fucking possible, please.
Glad-
I don't care. I don't care if a dozen people die carrying this letter. It needs to get to Platinum Hold, basically.
Oh my god.
Fuck Trofnar.
The clerk lets out a long sigh. Sir, you are aware that the shortest route to Platinum Hold is by Yalmord, which is both under siege and its bridge destroyed.
I understand that, lad. But the contents of that letter could possibly endanger the world far more than some fucking horde from the south.
What I'm trying to say is that the only route we'll be able to go is up past Grofffield, down to Kiam, and through to Platinum Hold.
Alright, fine. As long as it gets there safe. Just. As long as it gets there safe and reasonably quickly given the circumstances, okay? Just.
Given the circumstances, you're looking at a few months, potentially. We can get it there, but I'm simply warning you that it will take a long time and it will be expensive.
I have money, don't worry about that.
Very well. The cost of transporting it basically clear across the continent, alongside the long route, plus the added fret, it will be 120 gold.
Fine.
Alright, you pay the 120 gold.
Will you be making the trip yourself?
Gods no!
I round the cost up to 150 gold.
Alright.
And go. That 30 gold, you give it to whoever's sending the message. It should hopefully help them along their way.
You should help.
Tell them to spend it on supplies or potions or anything that could prevent them from getting themselves killed. Okay.
Any excess gold will be spent on mercenaries to ensure the protection of high-value merchandise, of which you have registered yours as such.
Perfect. Thanks.
Very well. And just takes the gold, takes the letters, and sort of places them in a it's like heads into the back room, and that's like you see them. All right.
Okay. And then I big sigh and head back to the group.
All right. So, you finish off your various things. Because I assume there's nothing else that anyone else wants to do before they prepare to leave.
Nope. I don't think so.
Would
Not
tea
for me.
leaves count in the produce?
Yeah. So you've gotten a lot of produce that will be good for a person that doesn't eat meat.
Into the vacuum seal of holding.
And as you sort of like prepare to suit up, you notice that the cart's a little bit more cramped now because of all the food.
How much of it could fit in the bag of holding? Or my bag of
Well, how much is in there, and you have to factor in how much a bag of holding typically can hold.
We actually have the list. Which, okay, there's the list.
Part
the
of
bag
mine
hold-
is stuffed with horse feed,
Yep.
so it's up to
Mine
your
has-
bag.
Yeah, mine has migration slip and slide chainmail, a book, 3 pairs
You get
of
Copy
oars.
paste it somewhere. Just copy paste it somewhere.
It's literally in the bag of holding channel. First thing you
Oh,
see.
Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah, that was the last one. Yep, from there. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we got plenty of. 55. Yeah. So. It'd have probably like 100 pounds. Or used already, so it's got 400 pounds left. So it'll fit all of the feed if we needed to. Because it would be 150 pounds of feed total.
Be a little bit
No,
difficult
wait.
to pull it in and out of the bag, though.
Yeah,
How-
might be. You might. Yeah, that might be like, more than just an action. It would be like a fucking.
Oh yeah, no, it'll probably take a few minutes to fish it out.
Yeah, I was putting in like the produce, not the horse feed.
Oh, then that I don't even think is. It's not much at all.
Yeah.
Various produce.
How soft is this produce?
Very-
Well, you have to understand. This is probably like medieval produce. This isn't modern produce, so it's like it's super tough. It's like lasts longer,
Okay.
Very. Yes.
but also
Fruits and
it's terrible. It doesn't taste good at all.
No, it's medieval produce.
Only fruits and
So it didn't taste good until about 970.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The produce was thinking about the vegan in the party.
Oh my god.
Yep. No. You're right. I'm just making jokes about produce. I used to work in a produce department. You see.
I don't think we have any rye bread though.
Produce.
V's just flexing on us.
Yeah. It's,
Oh yeah.
Look at my knowledge.
Also, Tom, nice picture of Professor Ouch.
Alright,
Cause
so if there is nothing else, then I suppose we are gonna try to get a move on.
All right. So you get yourself set up. You leave the city. You leave through the northern gate since you're going to head in a western direction slightly.
Mm-hmm.
After a couple of minutes of traveling, and you get like this certain enough distance away from Led's door, Black Feline does leap off your shoulder and turns back into a human form. Just kind of like lies back against the car. Just, thank God we're out.
See, I told you that it would be a short trip.
That doesn't make it any better for me.
Alright, so we have our map and everything, right?
Yeah. So you
And we have our handy dandy Gratian.
Yeah. So rather than have it be a shit ton of rolls like 11 times, this is just going to be almost like a 3-part not so much skill challenge, but also sort of a skill challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So this basically will decide on what happens during the the 3 different parts of your journey. Starting off when you're in the middle area and once you're
So is this going to be similar to the mines?
similar to the mines, yeah.
Okay.
So obviously with the first part, it is grasslands. So because of Gratian being a ranger, you will not get lost. However, I would like. So who wants to do the first roll to kind of guide your way through this still rough terrain?
Does animal handling count for that?
Yes.
Then I will do that because I have a natural advantage.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yay!
Okay. I'd say with that natural 20 as well, you're actually able to guide the horses in such a way that you're actually able to shave off some time in the first couple of days.
Yeah.
Kind of being able, it's essentially you're able to manage the horse's own stamina to gain a bit more distance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's obviously a success.
Yeah.
So the first third of your journey is mostly uneventful. You see some wildlife roaming around the plains and such, but they pay you no mind. Your direction is always true because of Gratian, knowing, being familiar with grasslands. And eventually, as you start approaching into the 3rd day, the terrain begins to get a lot more barren and rocky as you begin to get near the more mountainous terrain that surrounds Underrook. So, I want someone who's going to do the roll for the 2nd skill challenge.
I will give that a go.
Before they do that, can I inspire them?
Sure.
Yay.
Yeah, I'll give that a go. Can I use survival
Sure.
to basically try to find sense out some sort of a previously traveled path or some sort of a
Yeah, so you're essentially trying to find a game trail.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay, make a survival check then.
Do I get anything because of he's inspiring me?
No, what happens there is you can roll is it a D8 or a D10 for you now, Dom?
It's a D8 right now. However,
So basically, you you do your check, and then you can roll a D8 and add that to your total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, natural 20
I
again.
And then can I add my D8?
I mean, it's not going to make a difference, but yes.
Okay.
Okay.
27. 28.
28. Okay, and I would like Peach to make a perception check.
Ooh, me. Okay.
Yep.
She sees a giant road sign saying 1 mile, yeah.
suddenly,
Oh,
8.
fuck.
Okay. All right.
suddenly, giant claw comes down and abducts Nell.
So you find actually a well-worn trail. It goes somewhat. It veers a bit to the left, which seems odd to you initially, but you kind of just chalk it up to not all animals can go, up steep mountains. And you kind of just start skirting the edge of this particularly large mountain. Nemesis, you do not spot anything. But actually, I'll let one more person do a perception check as well.
Can I do it?
Sure.
I was going to volunteer to do it, though.
Yeah. Okay, so
Go right ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you're going through the main, this well-traveled game trail, Delson, to your left, you can see what appears to be almost like white smoke coming up from behind a mountain a little bit to the left. It's like a constant stream, sort of lazily floating upwards.
There's smoke from a mountain.
Do I? Can I roll perception to see if I notice the smoke as well?
Well, once
Because-
Delson points it out, Delson points it
Okay.
out, you can see it.
Because this is like where I grew up. Am I aware of like which mountain the smoke's coming from?
No, this is... You are not aware of this, like, steam showing up from any of the mountains. It's like steam, or it's like it's either steam or smoke because it's purely white.
Interesting. How far off is it?
It does take you off this path that you've got. You can see that there are a few trails, because you rolled so fucking high in survival. You see other trails which seem to lead towards it. It would take you maybe about half an hour following the trail to get to it.
Okay. So in that case, I will. I will
probably a
I will
good
suggest
idea.
to the rest of the group to that we investigate it then.
Remember what we heard about the dragon?
Oh, aye.
Karmora?
You do realise that we fought dragons before, right? And if we kill this
Yes.
dragon and bring it back, it could be a prize.
We may not have to kill this dragon, though.
Are you gonna try to fucking smooth talk it like the last one?
We can't go around just murdering every dragon we see.
Okay.
We technically could, though.
Yeah. So what? And so I just go like I'll roll my eyes and just go. So what does everybody want to do then? Wait, there's fucking smoke in the distance.
Are we passing through there?
No,
Do we have to pass through
you
there?
no, you would have to divert over to it. I mean, at this point, you're kind of nearing the end of the island. Not the island, the mountain. Don't know why I said island. You're kind of nearing the end of the mountain range areas.
Someone could be in trouble.
Like it can't be any longer than an hour to get there. It'll be. If it's someone who needs our help, we'll help them. If it's a dragon, we'll say sorry to bother you and get on our way.
A real quick adventure, in and out, real
Yeah,
fast,
exactly.
real quick adventure.
Nemesis just kind of like looks over to the last.
Come on, Morty! 5 minute, half an hour adventure, in and out.
Come on, Marie. Come on, Marie.
I've
Oh,
never seen Rick
jeez,
and Morty.
Nemesis.
Fine. And I will go ahead and start going down that path.
Yeah,
Alright.
I guess because I can see the path better because of my crazy good fucking what do you call it roll, survivor roll. I'll like say no, it's this way, follow me, and like and I'll
Yeah.
lead them to it.
Are you going on foot, or are you actually taking the cart down there?
We can take the cart down there, right?
Oh,
It's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride, bit of a tight squeeze, but yes.
how
Okay.
many people actually want to go on this trip?
I'll go just to make sure that no one dies.
Okay, who wants to stay with the cart? Because if it is a fire-breathing dragon, I wouldn't like the entire cart going up in blazes.
Not all dragons.
Black Feline speaks up and says, I'll stay here if that's fine.
Right. So
That's for the best.
Cat Girl and Gratian. Alright, who else? Hey Katie, you coming?
Hell,
I would like to make an attack roll, Tom.
Sure. I don't think that hits his armor class.
It does not.
Just bounces harmlessly off his armor.
I'm gonna have to get this Polish now. Do you realise that? That's
Or
gonna be like a whole
can you
day.
please stop trying to stab our friends?
He called me by the name that y'all are not allowed to call me, except for one person.
You realize the more you say that, the or it will make people do so, right?
Just, I'm wondering. So you know when Fortune and I were in the post office
Mm-hmm.
or in the couriers, and she was speaking to the courier about post. Did I overhear when the courier man said Nemesis Fortune surname?
You were right next to her.
Oh, so I do know her surname. Okay, cool.
I assume you both went in at the same time.
Yeah, we did.
Then yes, you would have heard it.
That is some dangerous information. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So you go to stab me, and like, wait. So Delson, do you say that in character of like, don't stop stabbing people?
Stop stabbing our friends.
Hey, Delson, don't worry. Like, it's how you can tell she likes you. You know, it's like when you have that friend who just takes the piss out of you because you know they can get away with it. It's that kind of thing.
No, not at all. I like Nemesis, and yet I'd never be stupid enough to try and stab her.
Well, have you seen Nemesis? She beat the shit out of you.
God, I wish she would.
Are you sure? I
Same.
definitely overheard you and Nemesis complaining about being poked by your horns at one point.
And then with a very
During the night.
yeah. And
I'm
then with like a half very telling glance, eyes go, well, maybe you should start stabbing her more often then.
I'm just saying.
Nemesis is gonna continue to walk along as they are having this argument.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just because I can.
Do I see Nemesis getting lost?
No, because you're sticking alongside everyone else.
Okay, good, just checking.
All right.
Just because we can perform some basic surgery first aid doesn't mean I want to be performing it due to stupid decisions.
Well, it's his stupid decisions. You don't gotta do shit for him for that.
All right.
And you think I haven't been stabbed before? Like, that's not that. Joking out, that a stab wound is not that much of a bastard to deal with.
Depending on where you stab somebody.
That is true, actually. Eh?
I could always stab you in the dick if I was really mean.
I'm just going to follow up Nemesis at this point.
Okay.
And with her saying that she wants to stab me in the dick, I like the slight smile I had in the conversation drops, and I just give her a stern look and just say, "Please don't," and then walk off.
Okay. So.
Did you have this conversation in front of children?
We don't have any children with us. Dirtchild stayed back at the cart, so did the cat.
Oh God, we left the children alone.
Oh,
we come back. Gracie, what you got
love-
there?
All right. So
And Niles.
it takes about. Niles is there with you guys. I assume he's just going to follow along because
Yeah.
Shadow slept in, I assume, or something. Or maybe his boss was like, "Yo, you got to come and work on Saturday," and he's like, "Fuck."
Where'd you get this pig head, and where'd you find a conch in the middle of the mountains?
All right. So you. It takes about half an hour, and you make your way sort of like around this part of the mountain. And it's weird. Trofnar, you're very familiar with the geography of the surrounding area of Underrock.
I like to think so, eh?
You know that the rocks are mostly granite and basalt. But there's marble here. Marble which is surprisingly flat. In fact, it takes a second. It's a marble building.
Hey,
Do I recognize any of this architecture?
I'm
thing?
sort of like a little bit dumbfounded and like trying to figure out so many questions in my head about like what the fuck is this place?
Looking at at it itself, it is definitely not naturally formed. It has been deliberately built and you can see where the steam is sort of, or it seems to be steam at this point, is coming from like nearer to the back. It's all like it's set partially into this this mountain, so you can see like the steam sort of like hits the like the small roof and then curls upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And standing in front of you, you can see is the entrance.
I just turn to them and go, this shouldn't be here. This makes no sense. Like, all the stone here is all like volcanic and hard. It's not fucking manable.
I looked at Valath, or wherever Valath would be.
Yes.
Can any of you guys see if this is magic?
Do you have any? Do you feel
Yeah,
like?
like, do I recognize it, Tick? Or did you just like?
It's just a marble
Any of the-
building.
It's just marble. Yeah, like nothing special about it that I recognize. So yeah.
And
Outside
I,
of the fact,
not-
outside of the
not
fact,
particularly.
outside of the fact that it's not naturally formed, and someone had built this building.
Okay.
okay, did you say you wanted to use Divine Sense, honey?
Yeah, Divine Sense.
And what's that you sense?
It'll let me know the location of any seals, fiends, or undead within 60 feet.
Just, what was the first one again? I heard fiends and undead.
Celestials, fiends, and undead.
You don't sense any of them.
Okay.
Congratulations, Nemesis has found herself.
I sense fortune.
It's a very, very mild, like, blip. One which you could only
Yeah.
really notice if you, like, heavily focus.
Oh, weird, okay.
At least if Fortune's lost, Nemesis can always find her.
So, can I see anything through the doorway?
You can see a long, well-lit corridor, and you can see there's a few openings. There's something at the very end, but it's a bit difficult to see from this distance.
Oh,
Can I
God.
check for traps?
Now, I would assume, because like at this point you guys are like 200 feet away from the entrance.
Okay. In that case, I will start rather trepidatiously walking towards the building.
Okay. You cover the 200 feet, and you're at the entrance. At this point now, you can see at the far end of the building. And there appears to be a large pool at the very end, with a statue of sorts, but it's difficult to see because at that point it's obscured by the steam that's emitting from the pool.
I don't remember growing like any stories or any like folk tales of growing up of anything that could be even remotely be this.
No.
Okay.
Like, you know being a dwarf about the whole, geysers due to, volcanic activity and such.
Yeah.
But this is
What can I
either
say? We know our stones.
this is either a case of somebody built this around a geyser, or this is something different. You have no clue.
So down the long hallway, in Dwarvish, can I just shout hello?
Alright, you shout out in Dwarvish.
Surely the only people who could make such a building are dwarves.
Like it,
Look,
you,
lass, we're in the middle of we're in fucking dwarf country. Like we're in the fucking high mountains of Underik. Like it'll be mainly dwarves down here.
so you do hear an echo. It is your own voice from yelling it in.
Oh my god, there's someone in here who sounds just like me.
I facepalm.
Okay. I'm a bit. I have no idea what to fucking make of this place out, so I just gingerly sort of step back and go, alright, ladies first, go ahead.
Well, before you do that, Fortune said that she was checking for traps.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check, Fortune.
Can I help her?
What a coward.
This would be something she would have to do herself.
Bollocks.
So it's no-
3. Seems pretty safe to you.
Woof.
I shall play my Song of Counter Charm.
Then I'm gonna say fuck it and start going deeper in.
Okay, you go deeper in.
I'm going to say a
I'll follow
little
a few
bit of
paces
these
behind
people
her.
and play my Song of Counter Charm just in case.
Sure. So you kind of walk forward. There are doorways to the left and right. And you kind of look in, and you can see there's more of these pools. Much smaller. The rooms themselves are also made of marble.
You said there was a statue in the middle, didn't you?
Yeah, it's difficult to see because the steam's so like bellowing past it and such.
Right. I don't recognise the statues of or anything, do I?
You would need to get closer.
In that case, because I'm walking fairly close up behind Nemesis.
Yeah, and there's 2 pairs of doorways, like at intervals. There's 4 pairs of doorways, basically.
So I'll walk up to the main central pool close enough so I can see who the statue is of.
Okay, so this is, you can see this pool itself is literally wall to wall. Again, the room is entirely made of marble. You look carefully. It is a singular statue, and it appears to be. Actually, make a perception check.
Oh, I'm scared.
I was about to ask.
20.
20. You kind of like look at it, and it's a bit difficult. Not so much because of all the steam at this point, but because it's not very well chiseled. But it looks to be of a dragon.
Guys.
Yes, Trostnar.
I think I found the dragon.
Okay, do I see what he's talking about? Now that he's pointed it out.
He's pointed it out, yeah. It's a small statue. Probably no bigger than maybe a large dog. But it's kind of just staring there. It's just standing there. It's very clearly just a statue. Mostly because it's kind of surely chiseled.
Look like, okay.
Trostnar. You think
Well, let's
that's
inspect
the
this
dragon.
stone statue to
No,
improve
no.
his art.
You don't. If this is some sort of trap to like get tired wayward travelers into its den to eat it, this would be the perfect thing.
Actually, with all of this stuff being together, would I be able to see if I could recall any knowledge from teachings about anything that might live in such an area?
You would
That's
have
very vague.
you have no
That is
idea.
vague, yeah.
Okay.
That's way too vague. Can I like knock on the statue?
You would have to go into the pool to do that.
Oh, sausages.
I will. You know, I guess I'll stick my hand in the pool.
Okay. It is very warm, but not like
Warm.
painful warm. It's almost like a warm bath.
Oh, perfect. Please, for the love of God, don't jump in it.
You know what?
I think the word
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I think like
You-
like barbs are like tennis balls to dogs for Nemesis.
So
I'm
you
gonna
so
fucking
you
do
just you
it.
just take off your heavy armor and jump right in.
Oh god.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I'm doing. This is what we're doing this session.
This is what happens when Nemesis talks with Alice.
You
She's
dive
like,
into
do
the
risky things. Do risky things. This is
can't-
a risky thing. I could do this.
You kind
Yeah.
of like feel around, and you can see that it slopes quite sharply downwards. So sort of like with a bit of a judgment kind of deal, you like take off the armor and dive in. It is first most it is fresh water. It is very warm, as you would kind of expect, but as I said, it's not scalding.
Yeah.
And you kind of just like swim around. Make a perception check for me.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Such a bad idea. I'm already regretting it.
Oh god. And I already have an idea of
16. So
Oh, no.
as you kind of like dive under again to just like look around at the bottom, you get near to the bottom, kind of look around, and you look nearer to the statue. You can see there's an alcove in there, and staring back at you is
Oh God.
what looks to be
No.
almost like a dragon, but it's the size of a large dog. And you just see like its brows sort of raise, and it sort of like slowly sort of like sulks forward, like not aggressively, just kind of lazily swims forward towards you.
Okay. How dark is the water?
It's fairly bright. Like
Okay.
it's you're in the lower bit, so it's dim light, but
Are
like,
you underwater right now?
yes, you guys.
Yeah, I'm
cannot
underwater.
You guys can't really see her.
I will stay there because it doesn't seem like he's hostile yet.
Nope, he's just lazily swimming towards you. No sense
So-
of.
You know how kind of like when you see a big ant, kind of like have to freeze?
Yep.
So like that sort of thing.
Yeah. But as it gets closer, you can see that you've seen what a dragon looks like. You know its structure. You've also seen a drake and knows its structure. And as it gets close, you see it's not actually a dragon. It's a drake. And it just kind of like lazily swims around you in a circle. It kind of like stops in front of you and like gently like butts you with its head upwards.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go up.
Yep. So you swim up. Like your head breaks the surface. Do you get out of the bath or?
I will get out of the bath.
Okay, you very quickly climb out of it. And a few seconds later, the rest of you see like a eruption of steam from the sort of come from the top, and as it does, you see a drake's head sort of break the surface, and it just slowly sort of like swims towards the side. It climbs up, shakes itself roughly, and kind of looks at you and says, "So, what is it that you are going to provide as tribute for making use of my baths?"
You created these yourself?
Not me, personally. I have subjects to do that for me.
I see then.
How the hell did you get this marble here? These are not marble-rich mountains.
I'm sorry, I don't believe we've been introduced. You are?
Oh, Trothanan, I'm from around here.
Looks to the rest of you.
My name is Delson, and I am a traveling god from Naza.
Nemesis, the one that you saw in your bath. You said tribute, right? Like a payment?
Of course.
I will give him the amethyst bracelet.
He sort of like reaches over and sort of like picks it up. Bing, again, you notice, as I say, he's not a very big drake. Like he's maybe at most the size of a Great Dane.
Mm-hmm. Would this suffice?
Just kind of looks at it. I suppose it will have to do. He sort of like flicks it into the large pool.
Oh my god. Yeet.
This bitch valuable. Yeet.
So, what brings you here anyway?
Well, we were traveling on our way we will path to the city of Elvengrow. When we saw the steam, my friend Trosnar here wished to investigate it. And, well, we decided to follow him just in case it were something dangerous. Well, more dangerous.
Are you implying that I am not a threat to you, elf?
I am not implying that you are not a threat to me, because we are in the lair, your lair, and I've been around long enough to know that draconic creature in their lair is very terrifying.
It's more the fact that you don't seem aggressive.
Not all draconic creatures are. Do the metallic dragons not show resistance to any aggressive actions?
He does have a point there.
Of course I have a point.
Of course I'm right.
It is because I am smart, elf. Very smart. As I'm sure you can see, my size means that aggression is not within my nature.
We had heard reports of creatures like you in these mountains. Are there more of you?
As far as I'm aware, no. Who said that? When?
Over in the town of Lestor, apparently they had seen some kind of draconic creature about.
So, like, raised his head in thought. That was probably myself. He sort of raises one of his wings. You can see, even though it's healed, there is some scarring on the inner part of one of his wings.
Oh.
They shot at me, so I figured that they would not be interested in any business with me.
What business would that be?
So, like, looks over at the crudely drawn statue. I have subjects that are good with work that requires large movements, but the precise work is, well, abysmal. I was looking for a skilled artisan to do a better job, shall we say.
Wait, did you say subjects?
Yes.
You keep slaves here?
They do have their own free will.
Why did I believe that, Blake?
Give one of them... Why not bring one of them in your stead?
The people that I keep as subjects are not ones that you two-leggers are very keen upon, shall we say.
What are they?
Goblins and kobolds.
Ah, right.
In addition, they are not, shall we say, the most civilized.
So, you want someone to fix up that statue for you?
Well, it would be ideal. If not, I'm sure maybe I will find my way on a artisan. And perhaps I might find one wandering in the mountains here. I do know that they are dwarfs, and they are typically skilled with their stonework. I might find one and offer to pay him for his services.
But, first of all, because of the scarring, you don't have any more injuries, do you?
No, that was the only one I sustained.
May I try to see if I could heal or remove the scarring that has been caused?
So, like, looks at it again. To be honest, I kind of like it.
I give him a nod.
Besides, my subjects treated me and assured me that there would be no issues whatsoever with the wound.
can we meet these subjects?
Oh, you haven't met them already? If you, he so like indicates back at the exit, if you leave there, go down the hill to your left, you will see a cave. They are in there. Do not worry. They are not aggressive, much. Although I cannot vouch for the smell.
He's so professional.
Well, I mean, we travel around with Trotnar, so I lead
What's
that.
that?
Right.
What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, if this is an issue, then so long as tribute is paid, you are free to make use of the bathhouse.
Mhm.
Do you take gold?
I take all sorts of things. Ideally, it's skills, but gold is fine, because that means I can purchase somebody with those skills.
Well, we can also provide skills if you need them.
Mhm.
What particular skills do you have?
We're more of the fighting variety, but we can also relay to other cities that you would like to do business rather than harm anyone.
He sort of like leans backwards a bit. No, I don't think I would have need for either. Well, it's true
Are you
that
sure?
I need a skilled artisan, that is true. However, I'm not about to go advertising myself all over Karmora for it. Too much hassle. And plus, those that know would come and ask for exuberant prices.
Mm.
I suppose that's fair. I was just more worried about you being shot at.
As you say, I could simply teach one of my subjects to be more civilized and try my luck there. Or I might run across an artisan traveling the mountains such as you all and offer them a small favor, for pay, of course.
They won't become one of your subjects locked in a cave?
No, gods no.
Trotnar!
Trotnar.
If you go
Can I
to the cave, sure.
Yep. I'm gonna smack Trotnar.
If you were to look at the cave and ask any of them there, they would say that I am harsh but fair. They are free to leave should they decide to. They just decide not to.
So why build this place then? If you want to stay hidden from humans, why did you build a place like this and have a big pile of steam pouring out of it for all to see?
Trotnar.
Just kind of like looks at you. Like, he doesn't even seem insulted by the comment. I'm sorry, why do you build grand houses? Why show off to everyone around you? Why build such a grand area you're probably not even going to make use of?
To show off mainly, and because we can.
Well, mine isn't necessarily to show off, though if there were others of my kind here, it definitely would be a contest in that. No, I simply build it because I want to. I enjoy the visual of this bathhouse, so I built it.
How? There's no marble for miles.
I happen to know a few creatures that can find the rarer stone, shall we say. You dwarves aren't the only ones. Some of it I was able to find a few merchants that were willing to trade me for it.
Can I roll insight on this Drake?
Sure.
And see, because just saying how did you get all this so much fucking marble, an answer of just oh well, I know a merchant is not a good enough answer.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight.
For someone who's perfectly polite, who we're talking to with normal conversation.
11. He seems to be telling the truth to you.
Yeah, I've still got I'm still slightly mean mugging him, and I just go, fine, whatever.
I do not believe that we have asked your name, however.
If I'm quite honest, I never gave myself a name.
Would you like one?
Not from you.
Is there anything special that your subjects call you?
Oh, they simply call me master or boss. They simply call me what a leader would call them.
Then I think I shall refer to you as boss in the meantime.
Of course.
As shall I.
Boss bath.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Now then, he sort of like stretches, and he stretches like a cat as he does this.
Aw.
What's Scamper's reaction to this, Drake?
Scamper's just so like been staring at it intently.
Yeah.
Now, one of you has paid sufficient tribute, so you're free to use any of the baths that are here.
Well, all of us.
No, just her. If you wish to pay tribute, then you can also use the bath.
If this is the case, I shall see if anyone else would wish to join us. Allowing them to know of the tribute.
Have you know our wrist communicator bracelets?
Mm-hmm.
Are we in range of Gratian?
Probably not, because you've been traveling for half an hour.
Okay, just wondering. Okay, if you guys want to have a bath, go ahead. I will go back to Gratian and the new and Niall and let them know that it's safe.
All right then, I shall take out. I'll take out a nice little sum of 200 gold.
All right, he like takes it from you and again throws it into the large pool.
I do have a slight question, boss.
Yes.
You just throw it into the pool. Do you do anything with it?
Of course, I have a place where it goes, but this is the easiest place to put it in where we are currently.
Is this perhaps almost like a front desk?
No. People are free to come in and use the bathhouse as they please, so long as they provide sufficient tribute, and do not attack my subjects.
I just more meant, does this one count as a bath, or is this more of where you reside?
This is, shall we say, this is the centerpiece, I would say. All the water here flows into the other bathhouses. You're free to use this one if you wish.
Alright.
However, the strict instructions is you do not go through the tunnel that is under the water. That leads to my personal domain, and I will not accept anybody going in it.
I suppose those are very fair terms. Very well.
Very fair.
I'm really glad that Nemesis didn't just get fucking chomped.
Yeah, me too.
Alright.
If we were 2 for 2 with underwater deaths.
Yeah.
The Drake looks at Fortune. And what about you, Purple One? Do you wish to use the baths or no?
If you wouldn't mind, it'd be nice.
Could you provide sufficient tribute?
Are you okay with just gold?
As I said, gold is fine. Skills are fine. So long as I think it is sufficient enough.
Do you know Infernal?
I need to check to see what these things actually know. I don't think it does.
And I'm guessing it doesn't know Dwarvish.
I am looking it up now.
I'm also gonna assume it does not know Elvish.
Everybody just sits in the bath giving him fucking lessons on their native tongue.
Does this drink
No,
this-
it does not know Dwarvish, it does not know Infernal.
Okay.
Well, while in the bath, I could offer to teach him some Infernal.
I am not interested in learning languages. I am quite happy with my own.
Just to say, I've left and I've gone to go get Gratian.
Okay, yeah.
No.
He doesn't even acknowledge you. Like, he acknowledges you as you move away, but he doesn't say anything.
Okay, I'll take out 10 gold and 2 silver.
He sort of, like, looks at it. He looks up to you and exhales sharply.
Just looks.
I take out 20 more gold.
His eyes narrow.
Yeah, you need to pay the troll toll.
I'm trying to think, do I even have anything worth anything in my bag?
Did you spend all your money on jewelry?
No.
Oh, okay.
I will just kind of sigh at Fortune, and I'll give him the amethyst necklace.
Takes it. Grabs it. Looks over to you, Fortune. I suppose your friend will be paying the tribute for you. And flicks it into the pool.
I apologize for her.
Not at all. I understand that some people may not have the ability to pay such tributes. But no tribute, no bath.
I am actually gonna grab Fortune by the wrist and like drag her to one of the other baths.
Can I play some atmospheric music?
Oh my god.
Sure.
Okay. Do I have to make a performance check for it?
Sure.
You are performing, are you not?
Oh,
no!
Oh no. Oh god, no.
Oh, I forgot, mate.
My loot just fell in the water.
Your loot, you don't drop your loot. But the Drake does leap up, grab the loot, and throw it in and throws it into the pool. That is quite enough.
Understandable.
Oh. Oh.
Poor Delson, now we have to get him another loot.
Yeah, just like that was terrible. Yeah, I know.
Eh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's a loot. It is floating.
The thing I've been looking to replace it.
He just kind of looks back at it. Is that loot important to you?
It was one that. It was sort of the first one I got.
Just looks at it again, and he just like flies over, grabs it in his claws, and just kind of like drops it rather roughly. The casing's definitely going to be scuffed from it, but it should still work.
Thank you.
Do not play it again, or I will destroy it in front of you.
Fortune's just in the back. Do
Agreeable.
it!
And I will not listen to the devil behind my shoulder.
Wise words. And if you excuse me, and he leaps back into the pool. Looking over, you can see he's sort of like swimming to each of the individual bits where he threw in the the tributes, and you watch he goes into like this little tunnel, and he just vanishes.
What's Valeth doing?
What is Valeth doing?
They're standing around.
Okay.
You're not having a bathe.
Nope. Well, actually, I'll ask him. Do you have anything large and heavy you need moved?
Well, a couple minutes later, he comes back, and you ask him this.
Mm-hmm.
No, the heavy lifting was done already.
All right. well, I'm afraid I don't have anything to offer you, so I will just stand here. That's okay.
No, bless.
That is fine. I do not mind anyone standing within the bathhouse. It is just when they make use of the bathhouse when I have an issue.
Actually, I'll take out another 100 gold to just pay for him to use it as well.
No, Delson, that's okay. I don't mind.
At this point, he's already grabbed the gold and so like chucked it into the equal.
Yeah. May as well do it.
Not the large one, but the smaller ones are fine.
Yeah, I guess I get in. Nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
you go,
alright.
you go to the smaller baths.
Yep.
So, Trofnar, you make your way back to Gratian, Niles, and Feline.
Alright, lads. Change of plan. You are all coming with the cart with me. We've made a friend. The reports of the dragon is true. It's more of a drake. It's a wee. He's running some kind of bathhouse. Says we can stay there as long and use the baths as long as we pay tribute, which is either basically we do something for him or we pay a shite ton of gold. What kind of friend? It's more of a business arrangement, to be honest. But you know, in the middle of nowhere, someone not trying to kill us is a friend. You know. You want to come? What about you two?
Sure, and if there's anything bad that's going to happen, I'll be ready for it.
I mean, to be fair, you haven't got a choice. We're not going to leave you here in the middle of nowhere.
Feline speaks up. I should really be considering on my pilgrimage, honestly. I can't really... I don't really want to be waiting too long.
Look, we're only going to be there, like, a night at most. You'll be fine. And besides, you're pretty wound up anyway. You'll be, if anything, a nice long, relaxing soak should be good for you.
Make a
doubt that a bath
persuasion
would take
check.
a night, but
Persuasion check. Persuasion.
That would be
20.
20. Jeez, you guys are getting very lucky when it comes to convincing Feline. I suppose. I mean, it is starting to get a bit late. Sure.
Alright, I'll take the reins and I climb up onto the driver's seat of the car and I basically who saddled up? Who saddled up? By the way, he's reined up.
Hanel Knighton.
Hanel Knighton, and I basically go take the reins and do like a yeah kind of thing, like go.
Oh my God.
Animal handling check.
Okay.
Regular one because you cannot communicate with Hanel.
8.
8. I want you to roll a d8 for me.
Sarah, 3.
3. Okay. So trying to take it down the narrow path, the cart does flip over.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, well now I can be useful. At least.
What gets broken? How much damage do we take?
The side paneling takes a pretty heavy hit.
Fuck. Okay.
You, Niles, Gratian, and Feline both take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Jesus.
Oh
Hold on. What's I need to do some maths. Actually, no, I don't. What am I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
But thankfully, you don't get any of... you don't damage the car to the point where it's, like, serious damage. It's more cosmetic damage than anything.
Yeah, and so I basically pick myself up, and I, like, run over to the others and go, oh, fuck, you okay, you okay? Is anyone hurt?
Feline just kind of, like, sits up and just sort of, like, rubs her back. You can see she's landed a bit hard on, like, a sort of, like, jutting out stone, but she's like...
Oh, fuck.
I'm okay. Ow.
Okay. What about you? Niall, Gratian, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, totally fine. Ow.
Look, okay, I'm not usually the driver. I'm more of the fall asleep in the back type. So I'm sorry, but as long as you know, it's worth it. Just trust me, okay? Just can you guys help me try to get this fucking car back on its feet, please?
I just need to quickly check something because it's nothing bad. It's just me double checking a certain ability.
Is it if I've noticed a band of like marauder goblins bearing down on us?
No, not that.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll leave you alone if you give them some cheese.
I don't have any cheese.
All right. So, yeah. So Feline just like steps up, looks at it. I'm pretty sure I could help with this. She sort of like looks at it, focus, closes her eyes, and you watch as her form shapes into a black bear.
I take a step back and sort of accidentally stumble over on a loose stone.
Yeah.
Say if I try turning into a bear.
You do fall flat on your ass.
That's fine. Fucking warning, lass. Fucking hell.
Just like walks over to the
Can I
to
roll
the
insight on a bear, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Why are you inciting a bear?
What are you
To see
inciting about?
Oh my god.
You have no idea? This is a bear.
Okay. I was seeing if I was seeing if that roar of the bear was like bear for sorry. Basically.
Your deductive reasoning is that she is a bear, and she is speaking in bear, and you are not fluent in bear.
You do not have silver tongue.
Yeah, but she sort of like goes over to the side where the wheels are actually sticking up, and is like holding on to it, and is just looking at you, like waiting for you to help her out.
Oh, okay. So I sort of like I like look at her a bit dumbfounded, and then sort of snap back into it and go, oh, okay, and then I sort of help her repair the car.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check. It's going to be a separate strength check for both of you.
Strength. 16.
16. So it's very clear that Feline is not very used to being a bear, as she sort of like her claws and paws keep like slipping off as she tries to pull it. You pretty much do most of the work here, and all she successfully does is like scratch up the wheel a bit.
Do I notice how useless she's been?
You kind of do. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh my god.
12.
Trosnar knocks over the cart. Oh yeah, this bear's fucking useless.
12. She's trying.
Oh. Let's go. So I just I don't say anything. I just sort of look over to her with a mixture of sort of like bemusement and a slight shade of disappointment. And then
she's gonna make an insight check to see if she can see that.
I'm scared.
Now she rolled a 2. She has no idea.
And so in that case, I walk around the car, the bit that like fell over, and just check all the wheels and the axles are okay.
Yeah, it's mostly cosmetic damage. One of the bit of the side paneling for the main bit is sort of like buckled inwards.
Can I try
shouldn't be an issue.
Can I? I'm gonna need something really dumb. The bit that's buckled inwards? Can I try to like bash it back?
Oh no.
Make a strength check to make sure you don't overdo it. 22.
No,
okay.
That's a save. That's not the right roll. Because I've got a +5 on strength, but strength saving is +10.
Well, then that would be...
It's basically -5 on that.
17, then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are able to hammer it like back into place. But then it occurs to you that you're not hammering metal, you're hammering wood. And as you like finish, like try and like hammer it into place, you look over back on the other side, you can see now it's bulging slightly outwards.
Fuck it. And I just start to pick out all the shit that fell out. and just put it back in the cart.
Oh, that horse feed.
Yeah. All this. Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, none of it really like went down in a way that's difficult to find.
Okay. And then while doing this, I also physically pick up Gratian, Feline, and Niall and put them. And wait, has Niall turned back from a bear yet?
Niall is.
It wasn't Nile. It was Feline.
Feline.
Oh, Feline. Sorry, is Feline a bear?
No, she's there. It's a bear. She's
Okay,
still there.
So I physically pick up Gratian and Niall, put them in the back of the car, and like in literally the same manner I do with the big sacks of hay or the horsey or whatever.
Can you
And
resist?
just plonk-
Athletics or acrobatics check against your athletics check. We're gonna make it as if it's a grapple.
This is so chaotic.
I'm not gonna beat that.
Okay.
Even if I roll a natural 20 on my strength, I am not getting 27.
Okay. Gratian, you're able to wiggle out.
Just get in the car, you can't. We haven't got all day. I'm fucking tired. I want to have a soak, you know.
I can't help. You know, Nemesis, I can't help but feel that something bad is happening.
I don't care. I'm surrounded by bubbles.
Nemesis just kind of sinks into the bed.
So we'll say, for the sake of brevity, so we don't hang around in this bit too long.
Yeah.
You get everyone back in the car. You make your way down.
Please turn back into like a normal sized creature, please.
She just kind of like shakes her head and just continues walking. You get the hunch she is not, after what happened just then, she is not comfortable with you driving the horses. So
Okay,
she's just keeping herself in a spot where she'd be fine.
Okay, so does anything else happen while I'm driving the horses?
No.
Okay.
You get down, and then once you get to the bathhouse, she does turn back into her human form.
Okay. Hey lass, next time you do that, fucking warn me next time, okay? That was terrifying.
Next time you are gonna get Diplicata over, let me know next time.
And I kind of do that thing
The
of, like,
sass.
my finger up and that they're about to speak and then just stops and goes, that one. And I just go,
She does shrink away as you sort of like raise you like open your mouth and such.
fair point. And I, rather tired and a bit and sweatier than I was, I walk back into the bathhouse. And I proceed to go, and I walk up to the big pool in the middle. I pull out, let's say 200 gold,
Okay.
and I just willy-nilly chuck it into the pool.
All right. You sort of like look on. You sort of like you wait for a minute, and then you see like almost like how a crocodile does, like with its head like poke it up from the top. You see the drake sort of like look up, see you, give a slight nod, and dives back under.
Yeah, I nod back in response. I just go and I find an unoccupied smaller bath and make myself a home.
All right. Gratian, he accepts your tribute as well. Feline just stays in the car.
Poor feline. All right.
Actually, I'll take out 150. Look to her. If you want, there's some occupied baths over with the rest of the girls.
I'm quite fine, thank you. I will. I'll stay here and look after the horses. But you now say, "Can I have it?"
Oh my god. Just have it, not like use it as tribute.
You don't know.
I just want it. Yeah.
I don't know either because Shad's ain't here.
I would have to say that he'd probably just want to keep it.
He would pretend like, yeah, we don't know his character at all that much at this point, but
yeah, I'm just kind of going on an autopilot here until I know more about Niles.
Yep. Do you have anything that you can use yourself, by any chance, too?
You see him take out like his satchel, that like his coin purse. He turns it upside down. Nothing comes out of it.
Oh.
All right then. All right then, you can have it.
All right, he takes it off you and just runs into the bathhouse. So that way, that means that Niles, Shadow won't be like, where did I get this gold from? All right.
Yep.
So you spend, I assume, the remainder of the day just relaxing in the bathhouse. You
is
do
there anything-
end up seeing the subjects as well. They are indeed
boy.
kobolds and goblins. Their clothes are pretty ragged, but they're not necessarily dirty. Like, there's obviously a bit of grime on them from wherever they're sleeping, but you do see them like find an unoccupied bath and like quickly jump in it and continue on their business. And you do see they're more or less working like cleaners.
Okay.
Yeah, they come in with some rags and they just wash it in. You guys are still in the bath while they're doing it, but they are not caring.
Child labor. He's making the babies do all the work.
Can I pull a kobold or a goblin in my bath
Oh my god.
aside?
Sure.
I will look to.
So
can't
I will
see me,
look
I'm in the
over.
room. Okay. And I just say, I say it's like, hey mate, you don't like, if you want, I can free you from here. I can get you out of here if you want me to. You don't have to be in a life
Oh
of
my god.
bondage for the rest of your days.
Nar.
So I will save
This
you.
is how he dies.
So it's
Pay your respects.
So it is a goblin that you're speaking to, and he just looks at you. He's like, "What?"
Surely you want to do more than just fucking clean a bathhouse run by a drake, do you? For the rest of your life?
I mean, he feeds us.
Does he even pay? Does he pay you? Does he let you out here?
Yeah.
And you can leave anytime you want.
Yeah. Me brother did.
Okay, fine. Okay. Just check. Is there anything else here, or is it just the baths?
Just baths.
Oh, okay, just wondering. All right. Thank you, and oh god, I could get him into trouble. And I give him 1 silver.
Just takes it.
Keep that for yourself.
Nah, I'll give it to boss. He got better use of it.
Okay, just alright, fine, whatever. And I just go back I just look at him back a few times just to make sure he's okay, and
Yeah,
just
he seems fine.
Soaking and washing my hair in my beard.
Yeah, you're gonna ask the Drake himself on that one. I'm asking Gratian because of what he's saying. Oh. Right. He sends fuses off with some of the money to buy it from like people that ain't so mad about us. Other times he goes out to hunt for his own food and brings us what's left.
That bathhouse worker foreman. That's basically boss, isn't it?
The bathhouse foreman. You found him. It's a Drake.
He doesn't have a name, but we call him boss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, in that case, Trothnar basically just locks himself in there and just soaks and soaks and soaks all day.
There is no door for the bathhouses.
Okay, so then he just soaks and soaks and soaks all day.
Watch, this is why we got the Gru.
What's a gru-gru?
Oh yeah, you weren't here for that. That was the one shot.
It was a one-shot that we did with goblinoids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh! I remember the one where you all played goblins.
Yep.
Oh,
I got to be an
one sounded
absolute
That one
bitch.
sounded really fun.
Yeah. So as I say,
That
unless
makes
there's any last-second things that you want to do for this, for the sake of privacy, you
Yep.
spend the day just resting. There is no place to sleep, but the Drake is happy to direct you to a cave that is empty for you to rest nearby. And with that, you leave for the third part of your journey. So, this one...
Damn, I got an echo.
Yeah, who's the echoing? Let me see. Who's echoing? It is Ed.
Why do I always echo?
I don't know.
Is he echoing?
Yeah,
My
he
echo
was.
is-
Yeah, it's Ed.
Okay, hold on.
His lights up when it
Are
happens.
you my echo?
I
Yes.
have the power of the echo.
Any better?
Yes.
Let us see. Yep. Yeah, it's fine.
Yay. Okay.
All right.
I
So,
think one of my other I was only wearing one headphone. I think the headphone was a bit too close to the mic.
probably. So,
Yeah.
this is the third day then of,
Mhm.
or not third day, the third phase of your travel.
Getting back on our journey
Yep.
Yep.
after
So,
Trothnar tipped over the cart. Can we see any damage
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it?
oh yeah,
There's
no, the
damage.
damage is very obvious.
I just kind of look at Trothnar.
And I look very bashful and very sort of ashamed of myself a bit, and I just go, there was a wee accident, an accident, you know. Oh, the car fell over a little bit, not too badly, no, nothing was hurt, we're all fine.
A little bit.
Just like a teeny bit of a falling over on the side, eh?
I lean and whisper to Nemesis. Do you want me to cast Firebolt?
It's fine. Let's just continue.
Wait a
old
minute,
Nemesis
child of
would've
bear.
screamed at you.
I should say, since I got back from the bath, it's basically the, you noticed that, like, it's the cleanest you've seen Trothnar for a long fucking time. And you notice that his beard is a lot whiter than it used to be.
Oh shit, he's pulling a Caleb on us.
A what?
It's a Critical Role
Caleb.
reference.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so...
One
He's
of the player characters is called
dirty and
Caleb. He
gross.
starts incredibly dirty, but then as he kind of comes into himself, he actually starts looking after himself visually.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
basically, having a good soak in the bath has washed off a fair bit of my grime, so I'm less dirty, and you can see more my beard. A lot of the blackness and darkness on my beard was just like caked in dirt, basically.
Oh, great. Gross.
Okay.
Yep.
All
okay.
right.
So, who's doing the role for the final phase?
Can I use animal friendship to help with guiding the beasties?
So,
Well, I already
Well,
did
I
animal handling, and then
you can do animal handling again, but keep in mind that you do the same thing multiple times. The DC does go up.
Can I use intimidation to scare the DM into showing us the way?
You can certainly
Um,
try, but it will not work.
have we
No.
done like survival or nature or anything?
You've done,
I
you've
don't
done
remember what
survival
to-
and you've done animal handling.
I have not done nature. Or
I'd say nature makes the most sense to do next, but I am not proficient in nature.
I am proficient in nature, but should I?
If
Do
you
it.
like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
Okay. Come on, world's greatest detective powers translate to this.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh god,
You,
that's a fail.
That is a fail, thankfully. Nothing bad happens.
Okay. Then
Is that nothing bad happens, or it seems nothing bad
can
happens?
I perhaps do? Could I say that I do a history check to see like if I'm familiar with this area or if I've read about it or something?
I don't think Nemesis would have really known much about the,
Okay.
I don't think
Can
Nemesis
I
would
roll
know much.
Can I roll a history check?
Because you're from Underrook, I would say yes, but it's probably going to be a slightly high DC because you're nearer to the western side of it, near the river. You're getting close to the
Okay.
river at this point.
Who here's ready for another fail?
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do
14.
14.
it. Okay. Okay.
It's not enough for a success, but I'll say it's high enough not to cause anything bad to happen.
Okay.
Yay.
Fuck. I'll try and take my animal handling with advantage.
Okay, go ahead.
This is where it all collapsed.
17. All right. So, it's interesting because it's less of a you trying to direct the horses and more trying to get the horses to act like they would in the wilds almost with traveling. It's a bit difficult for Hanel, given that he's not actually a horse; he's a creature in the form of a horse. But Knighton seems to just sort of like start subconsciously following several trails until a few days later, the nature check did cost you a day. So you are actually back at 11 days. But eventually,
After I worked so hard,
you arrive at it would have been down to 10 days, but you guys detoured to the bathhouse.
The bath.
But you make it to the river. Kind of like starts to get all muddy and marshy, but you are now here at the so minus 22 feet.
alright.
So the river itself, it's maybe about 60 feet across. Looking at the water, it's because spring hasn't properly arrived, the river isn't being fed by meltwater, so it's not aggressively flowing, but it is flowing at decent enough speed.
Shall we use the boat?
I don't think that it would fit on the smaller boat, right? We'd need the ship.
The small boat is a rowboat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would need the ship for the cart.
How far
and
across
everything.
is this?
The river itself?
Yes.
About 60 to 80 feet.
Could you use your disc?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how
well-
heavy is the cart with our stuff on it?
I could always just carry everything across
Wait, is there
with.
a way around it or a bridge nearby?
Or just like
We
a
would
full
have to go
fucking
all the way
narrowing.
back up to Almondau to do that.
Fair enough.
Can
So
I look
why
for
How-
don't we?
How much? Because
do-
what is this? It's a cart, right? It's just a cart.
Yeah.
Stats.
Can I look for a ford in the river we could get the cart through?
Make a perception check.
Because technically,
Yeah,
we
cart's
can
like
just go back and
200
forth.
pounds.
We don't ford the river.
So yeah, I could.
20. Oh, there you go. Natural 20. Find me my ford.
That doesn't mean that there's going to be anything.
Yeah, that's not a guarantee. You
You
In
find a
your
2016 Ford Galaxy.
in your observation, you can't really find a part where it gets particularly shallow, at least in this area. You could search further, but it's going to take you several hours, maybe longer.
Yeah, sausages.
But you are able to find a bit where the river sort of narrows to about 30 feet across.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
I can
that would
take
at least-
everything across
yeah.
with telekinesis.
You're
I can
welcome.
carry. I can just move everybody, really.
I mean, I could also transport people slowly if I polymorph into Crikey
Why
Mike.
don't we go with the less thing?
All right.
We could, if we do it with multiple people, if we do different things with multiple people, we could possibly do it a bit
Move
faster.
faster.
But
Yeah.
and I can only do this twice before we have to rest for about an hour. But and I can,
Okay.
and each time only lasts about 10 minutes.
Well, I think we should focus on getting the cart and the horses because we can use the boat to get across.
Yeah, so we'll have to like unhook the animals and stuff, and
Yeah.
actually we might not have to. Like, fuck, is it a horse? Yeah, horse. No, I guess there's. How much do horse weigh?
Generally 500 pounds.
Okay,
Average horse weight.
three.
Cow chonk.
Yeah.
Cow chonk is
Three-
horse.
Like 400 and 1,000.
Yes.
But it depends on the breed.
That's kilograms. Also, so
Chonk.
How chonk is horse?
An average horse weighs between 900 and 2,000 pounds.
No.
Depending on size and breed, a lean, fit racing thoroughbred will be between 900 and 1,100, while an average Clydesdale, which is what that is, was
Nice.
1,800 to 2. That's a lot, dude. I didn't realize the horses were that heavy.
Horses are fucking heavy, yeah.
Horses
So I can't
are
actually
hard
move
if
the
they're running.
horses. I can only move up to 1,000
Yeah.
pounds. And I would say, given the nature of
Like-
the horse, it's supposed to be like a workhorse. He would be
Like-
heavier.
Like there were loads of cases of like medieval
You can
knights.
haul
dying.
Milo.
I could move Milo probably because he's a donkey.
Yeah.
All I can think of is Val the bridle carrying Milo across the river.
I mean, yeah, I could desummon Hanel, but what about Knighton? I can't desummon him unless I want to desummon him from life.
Wow. Oh,
Jesus. Okay. This is where our story ends, Knighton's unsheathed sword. Yeah.
Please don't
Okay,
kill my
well.
horse. I can't take any more horse death.
Well, he should be arcane.
I wonder.
This is what you get for bringing a real horse into the mix.
I wonder. Would I be able to carry it in a giant ape form?
Actually, do we have the
Probably.
enlarge or reduce spell?
I have a potion of giant strength.
What is
yeah,
the
that
actual
might
effect?
also work. Like I could.
What is the effect? Is the
We could
giant
just-
strength stacked on top of your existing strength?
It sets
No.
your strength to a certain number.
Oh, okay.
Which would make it more than it already is. Like,
Yep.
It make you strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the additional size would also further increase the carrying.
I would be able to. I would go up to being able to carry huge class. Like I would be considered huge.
Yep.
Even though I would only be large.
Feline speaks up as well and says, while you're all deciding this, I'll just you watch she like dives into the horse, but as
Yeah,
she does,
swim across.
yeah, as she does, you watches her like you don't see the entirety of her body, but you just see her legs like turn into a large shark fin, and a few seconds later you see like what looks to be like a reef shark leap up, and while it's in midair, you watch as Feline reverts to a human form. Going to do a quick chest, and she falls flat on her face as she lands. She doesn't stick the landing.
Ooh.
Oh, sweetie.
I cut my hand. You're doing great, sweetie.
She sort of like
You're
she lies there for a second, stands up,
God,
and as
I
she
just- You know,
you know what?
I don't know if this. No, this would work, and I'm actually an idiot. How many of us are there?
9.
1, 2, 3,
In the
4,
party,
including the horses.
including the horses.
And
10.
including DL.
11, 12 plus Milo.
More than 5.
More than 10 though. But some of us can get across without
Yeah.
needing this. But
Up to 50.
here, just give me 10 minutes, and I'll just open my book up and start casting a spell.
Okay. Who else wishes to go?
Basically,
across the
3 of
river
you
with
need to
me.
be able to get across without this. So
I will use our handy, and 2 other people can come with me. Preferably people who are not going to tip the boat over.
I will go.
Who do you
The
look at?
people
when you
that
say
are.
I hold the boat. I must go with the boat.
I look
I'm-
over to like Fortune and Gratian and Trothdar. Apparently, he cannot be trusted.
I'll look to Velethme like you can handle the horses.
yes, I can handle
Yeah,
the horses
right.
and the cart actually.
I mean, I
Oh.
was more
Okay.
saying that like my weight would like make the boat like sink into the water.
All right,
mean-
then
I'll
I'm gonna go off with Delson and Fortune across the river.
actually you can take Trothnor with you. I'll go across on my own power.
no,
polymorphic.
no, Delson, please.
I'm polymorphing into a giant croc.
I will immediately pull Gratian in instead of Snar.
Okay.
Why would
do
you
it.
turn into a croc? I thought everybody here had croc PTSD.
Right?
To
I roll
swim.
one. Can I roll 1d4 emotional damage, please?
Sure.
Wait.
I
Also,
yeah,
you
I'm
guys
gonna
have seen-
start rowing away quickly.
Oh, besides, you've guys seen me use this
That's fair.
form before.
Hmm.
With the rowboat, does it require a skill check of any sort?
The river isn't flowing too strongly, so no.
Okay. I just have flashbacks to when I was like 8 and rowing in a canoe, and just I went around in circles. 'Cause
God,
I was just
I used to do canoeing. I fucking loved that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've done that in a canoe before. It is like when you don't have the coordination down. It is so frustrating.
Really? I found it easy. Anyway, so about 10 minutes go by. Valeth, what are you doing? There we go.
I cast Water Walk.
We're all just stressing about how to get across, and he just saunters across easy as you like.
Well, for everything, although the cart is not a creature, it is a creature.
No, it's not. But then because that's not a concentration spell, then I cast telekinesis, and then I can move
Okay.
the cart with telekinesis.
Alright, so with that, you're able to get everybody across.
So I just pull like a crazy Jesus move and walk across with everybody while like floating the cart over the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is all his spells for the day.
No, the one of them is it's a ritual, so it doesn't count.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
I still have
rituals.
one, and like by the time we travel for an hour, I'll get it back.
Yeah. So you're able to all get there. Feline's got a lot of mud on the front. You see she's wiped most of it off from when she face planted from her landing. But eventually you get everything resaddled up. You turn the boat back into its box form. You continue on. So Elven Grove, thankfully, is only about half a day's travel from where you are, and you'll be able to get there by nightfall. So, because it's technically grassland, Creation is fine with leading you there.
Alright.
So there would have been another skill check if it weren't for the fact that, rangers can never get lost in non-magical areas. That's not their favorite terrain. But you eventually arrive at the town of Elvengrove. It's a little bit difficult to actually notice it first because you sort of start heading into some tree cover, and as you do, you start seeing a bunch of individuals sort of walking around between the trees. Most of them elves, but then you kind of notice it's almost like shit. What was that forest in Lord of the Rings where
Lorien. Lorien.
Yeah, I think anyway. Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of tree houses and such essentially.
I'm a nerd.
I have not seen Lord of the Rings in a long time. But yeah, you arrive in Elvengrove. You get a lot of curious looks by the inhabitants. It is very rare to see non-elven folk.
I'm just gonna chat this because it's a massive cliche in D&D circles. Is there any kind of animosity between dwarves and elves in this world?
Oh my god.
I mean, when it comes to religion, there is,
Yeah. Okay.
which
Fine.
you're very well aware of.
Yeah. Sure.
But
Flashback arguments with.
I mean, they're not too keen on each other. But it's not like this. It's not like the typical fantasy hate kind of deal.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's not like in Lord of the Rings, where it's for seemingly no reason, dwarves and elves just hate each other naturally.
Typically, when they hate each other, it's for a reason, and that's typically because dwarves exploit the land for their ore, whereas elves respect the land. There's a reason for the animosity, basically.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna get a get out of our neighborhood kind of thing.
No, there's as I say, they're lucky. If anything, they're just looking at you all with the same amount of curiosity.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But Feline sort of leaps off the cart, looking a lot more comfortable now that she's in a forest. Kind of looks to you all and says, "Well, I suppose this is where we part ways. I need to head to the Archdruid. Thank you, I guess."
Wait, before you go,
Wish you forever and always.
Oh my god.
would you be able to show me where the tribe in Elvengrove is?
I mean, I can, but it's not a case of you go there and come back. It's you go there, do your business there, and then you come back, unless you stay, of course.
I give a nod.
Are you going to go with her then, Delson?
I will.
I mean, if you've all got business, then you might as well head there together. As I say, they don't like people coming here twice, from what I've heard.
Well, does he have something to do in the town or in the forest? I can't remember. Hello?
Hello?
Uh,
I think you might be distracted by somebody.
Okay.
Hmm?
Oh, there
is
we
that...
go. Yeah, Vise, they're asking, like, do you have anything to do with the tribe or the town, for your thing?
I believe it was the tribe, right? Like the Elven girl
Okay.
talked to people about dreams and stuff with Delson.
So it's a case of there's nothing to do in the town, it's the tribe that you're going for.
I believe so.
And
Yeah.
we can
So
always
like,
go back to the town later.
yeah, if we have anything to do
Okay.
here, or if it's like nighttime, we could rest here and then we could go in the morning.
It's about the evening, but
All right. Well,
it's like the sun's starting to dip, basically.
did she mention how far they are from here? Like it was, I guess, more than
you didn't ask her. She's still there, so you can always ask her.
Yeah. I forget her name again. Sorry, what was her
Black
name?
Feline.
Black Feline. Where?
Yes.
How far away is the Druid tribe here in Elven Grove?
I don't know. I was going to speak to the elder of this town to get directions.
Oh well, then perhaps we'll just stay together for a tad longer and figure out where we're going.
Okay.
She's just like, oh god, please let me
She's
go.
like, damn it! I was so close to getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Um,
It's almost like an introvert thing of, oh no, more social interaction.
okay, so
Yeah, so we'll follow her and head to the leader of the town.
yeah, so she does ask around, speaking in Elvish. So those that speak Elvish do understand what she's saying. But it's essentially she's asking for directions to the elder, and they start like pointing them in the right direction, until eventually you get to what appears to be the elder. He is a male elf, tan skin, clean shaven with a buzz cut, or as close as he can with his remaining hair. Very old. Looks to be in the twilight years of his life at this point, and his eyes, while not blind, are very wispy grey. And he's kind of just sitting there in a chair that's just out in the open, sort of watching the wildlife. Feline walks up and sort of like they're stopped by two elves that are sort of like standing guard, but when she explains why she's here, she sort of like goes over and sort of like quietly talks to him. About 3 or 4 minutes later, you see the old elf to like look back and sort of like slowly beckon for you all to follow, to join him.
I shall go over.
All right. They do not let the cart and horse through, though. They make it very
Fair
clear.
enough.
They make it very clear that you have to leave, your animals where they are currently.
All right, I guess.
Like they're still
I'll
they're still
tell
within, they're still
Hanel,
within
you know.
sight.
Yeah.
Like you're only going like 30 feet away from them. But eventually you sort of like stand in front of him.
So our druid friend tells me you are seeking a tribe that resides here.
Yes, the Legovis tribe, I believe.
Indeed we are, Elder.
Tell me, why do you seek them? You are not druids, as far as I can see.
No, but we were told that they perhaps had information on the realm of dreams.
You'd probably be right, given their charge.
Yes, we've heard, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, that they are the final protectors, or the protectors of the elves' greatest mistake.
Yes, it is a story for them to tell, but I know that... understand that the residents here, we can trace our history back to the end of the Age of Rebellion. And we know that our ancestors did things that should never be repeated alongside the humans, but if you were to compare the two, theirs would be stealing a loaf of bread, and ours would be murder.
Well,
I
we'll
understand.
have to hear the story from them then.
Yes.
And he looks back to the Black Feline speak and says in Elvish, so those that can understand Elvish can understand this.
No idea.
Me.
And you can vouch for their trust.
I mean, they helped me get here, and I mean, they haven't killed anybody that I've seen.
Your trust is easily placed, but it is not my place to say. If the Druid does not approve, then he will deal with it accordingly.
The archbitch.
No, I was gonna say Archbishop.
Bishop. Yeah.
I was gonna say Archbishop, but then my brain's like, wait, no, wrong.
It just cut off
wrong
at that
faction.
perfect moment.
The Druid.
Yeah, that's it. Brain went to Archbishop because when you think Arch something, it's a high area. You think Archbishop.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yep.
Nope, it is now only Archbitch.
Yeah, Gretchen looks up to you and says,
It is of no need to thank me.
and he whispers something to Feline, which none of you can hear because whispering. And eventually, he sort of like leans back.
I have told you where they are located. Go forth and continue your pilgrimage, young druid.
Thanks. So like turns back to the rest of you. Well, get your horses and such. We need to get going, I guess.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go and get our horses back.
All right. They do force you to like go around the elder, but
Yeah.
it's fine. So you continue to make your way forward. There's something interesting though as you head into the forest proper. Gratian, normally you are very confident on where you're going when you're in a forest.
Oh, dear,
no.
dear.
But as you try and kind of like a mental note, like your brain keeps going blank. And you sort of like turn around to look like back the way you came, and it's like it doesn't look familiar.
No.
That's odd. You know forest like the back of your hand. You can navigate it perfectly, but this forest keeps eluding you for some reason. But Feline keeps walking forward. About an hour. There is a slight pause from Feline, which she says, I think they're approaching. And so, like, looks up, and you can see there's 4 sets of owls, identical looking, just looking down at the 4 of you.
I look up to them.
You see one of them sort of like fly down, and as it is about to land, you watch it turns into another elf wearing dark greenish robes. They're almost like a camouflage, nearly. So, like, looks at you all, looks down at Feline. You have clearly not followed the pilgrimage correctly. You're meant to arrive by yourself. I know, but they, That will be discussed with your tutors. The rest of you, we have heard that you seek an audience with us.
Yes.
That'd be correct.
Very well. You see him like place a hand on the trunk, and you watch it so like the bark like crack open. If that is the case, then you will deposit all your weapons within this trunk. After which our business will be concluded, you can return and regather them.
Very well.
I shall do so with no hesitation.
Yeah, me neither.
Along with anything else made of metal on me.
They do like they watch you like put the mouse, tries to put the mouse within, and says, "It is fine. We do not agree with the use of metals and rocks. However, I do understand the benefit they may have. Merely your weapons. And
I
your
have to put my hammer in there.
I understand.
Oh
Yep.
god, okay.
Any arcane focuses as well to cast your spells.
So can I just put my entire self in there?
No.
I will also leave the loot there because it counts.
Yeah. So basically, you don't have any arcane. You don't have any of your arcane focuses. So, if you require an arcane focus to cast spells, you cannot. And your weapons have also been surrendered.
Does my holy symbol count?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck.
I am my own weapon.
Can
Yeah,
I try to not take it off?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Get away with it.
Make a sleight of hand check. Contesting against his dex is.
I'm regretting giving her this kind of motivation.
Oh, I didn't mean to have that on. Whoops.
Yep.
It's 7.
So you kind of like pretend to untie it and such, and then you sort of like tuck it underneath your armor. And as you start to go forward, you hear the Druid go.
Wait, what just...
That one, the tall one. I saw you hide your holy symbol.
Ma'am, you of all people, really?
It's special, alright?
That is
I
why
know.
they are being sealed within the tree, so that you can get them back.
Nemesis kind of reluctantly takes it off.
Lass, I haven't let that great axe out of my sight for the last 100 years. You can do that with the epoxy symbol, okay?
Alright. So he puts it in. He rests his hand on the tree, and you watch as the bark closes over on the weapons. And you watch as a small sigil glow on it. Very well, follow me. He leads you into a slightly less crowded area of, like, less trees and such. Partway through, he puts a hand on Feline Soldier. Follow that pathway until you reach your tutors. And just gives her a bit of a rough push as she sort of, like, stumbles a bit, looks back, just waves, and heads down the pathway.
These dwarves are dicks.
You continue following this druid for about 5 minutes until eventually you come to a clearing. You can see, not including the druid that led you, 7 other druids. 3 of them sort of making a semicircle, with the one at the top sitting, I should say, on a tree stump. This one, like the elder in the town, this is a very old elf, completely bald, with very dark, nearly black skin almost, heavily wrinkled and rather frail. As you sort of like near the druid surrounding him, he raises his hand up to tell you to stop. He leans forward.
You stand in front of the Archdruid of the Logris tribe. What business do you have with us?
I immediately bow on one knee.
I'll just like follow
allowing us-
Delson's movements. Right.
I'll look around and on my slightly creaky old bones do the same.
I thank you for allowing us entrance to your forehead and your ear. We have come here simply seeking the knowledge that you, the elders, possess.
You sort of like watch he looks every single one of you in the eyes. You notice as well that his gaze seems to linger on Valith, Trofnar, and Delson.
And what secrets would that be?
We have heard that you know of the realm we delve into when many dream. We simply ask if there is ways to teach us how to protect ourselves should there be creatures trying to touch us within the dream itself.
So like leans back a bit.
I knew I sensed something about you. You and your two friends. You're one of those who have wandered beyond their rights in dreams.
That we have.
If
We
you
have
if you're overstepping your bounds, trying to disrupt the balance of dreams and its natural course, what reason would I have to teach you to defend yourself?
Who are you to say?
Trofnar or
Of dreams exist?
Valetha, silence yourself
Let Velef talk.
right now.
Yeah, well, I just say that.
Yeah,
If Delson says that as well, then that's what I say. But I just say that, and I'm just staring at him. And...
So why'd you
Is that
say
Freudian
why'd you
slip?
say again? Because unfortunately, Dom interrupted you, so I
Sorry.
couldn't hear you.
I said, who are you to say where the bounds of dreams lie?
Understand, Tall One. Everything has a natural course. Dreams among them. When you step into other people's dreams, interfere with them, you are disrupting that natural course.
I understand that we can disrupt them by pure accident. My reason for it, however, was the dream I walked into was already disrupted by another being.
So it leans back.
Continue, lad.
This being was a man, however their face was obscured by darkness. And I tried to alter the dream, adding so much as flowers into it. It felt as if it was fighting back hard. And even more so, the dream it was of a family member who was been missing for many years. I used this as a last-ditch way to see if they still lived.
The Archdruid so like stifles a laugh.
That ain't no beast, boy. That's someone else overstepping their bounds. They are just more powerful than you.
Of course.
So like leans back again.
You wish to know to defend yourself in dreams. Why? If you're willing to step through and cause havoc, what reason would you have to defend yourself?
Because there's something out there.
Something else unnatural.
Really?
We fear us having overstepped may invite to others those that we care about, even if our own lives are more at risk for it.
What do you
I'd
know
rather
of?
have the knowledge to protect those who are innocent from our own folly.
Considering what you were saying there, Valif.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to come to the words. What do you know of a being called Room, the Shaper?
There is a audible, like, mumble of worry from the people around you.
Room. I know of Room. The Dream Watcher, the Night Feaster, the Dark's Traitor. I know of him.
Dark's Traitor.
What do you know?
What?
I see no reason to disclose that, unless you're willing to do a favor for me.
I would like to know more.
Of the favor I seek, I...
Of Room. I'm willing to help you. More than happy to, in fact. All I've been searching for as long as I can remember, is answers. And Room is where I found them.
Really?
Yes.
What particular answers you're looking for? That alone will decide what you need to do.
Just truth. Why the world is the way it is. But I'm afraid that now that I've seen the world more, that maybe I chose wrong and trusted something I shouldn't have.
So I assume then, answers to the world, not something I can give.
No, but now that I'm in the position I'm in, I'd like to know more about this Room. This Feaster. What he actually is.
You see a slight smile appear.
Tell me, what kind of business for Room have you done?
Well, and don't be alarmed. He's given me this, and then I'll just, like, same magic trick if I always do, I'll pull out the sword. The Waker.
You do watch as a few druids, like,
yeah,
sort of, like, prepare their hands, and he just raises his hands to Oldham stop.
I mean you no harm. I'm simply showing you the blade.
I recognize the Waker.
And in the chest back there, there's a scepter from a temple that we've visited, where we defeated a champion of his, and I recovered these chains. But I'm unsure of the state of Room. Some of the last times I've spoken to him, it seemed to be he was under attack and under threat of something else, something worse than him. And I've been helping him.
So that goes deep in thought.
So you've been helping him escape?
I suppose.
I imagine he sent you here then, to his second seal.
I think Paul just has like a blank stare for his face for a second.
Realizing.
I suppose.
My ancestor's ancestor, the original Druid of this tribe, he was around when Room was sealed. I have that information, and for you,
points to Delson,
protection against dreams I have as well. However, you're asking a great deal, thus I have a big ask for you.
I am willing to listen and fulfill it.
You have one of 3 choices. There are great, terrible magics, great, terrible constructs, all caused by the final battle, the fall of the Elven Kingdom. One of such was a construct that of a 3-headed dragon. It was, for a time, deactivated. However, a certain denizen of the forest was able to trick a poor starving hunter to put upon his head the tool to reactivate it. Such tool claimed it's his life. And now, this dragon rampages in the forest. So, you have one of 3 choices. 3 circlets were created to control this construct. 1 destroyed in the final battle. 1 now destroyed, used to reactivate it. We know where the 3rd one is. Your first option is to obtain this circlet, and, though it will potentially hurt you for a short while, deactivate this dragon. The second one is to hunt down this dragon, but know that I will not allow you to freely roam this forest. You will be fighting against this forest itself. Or, I give you charge to walk away. Do neither. Leave this place and have nothing to do with it.
I think it over.
Are you writing all this down, Dom?
I am.
Okay, good. I can see you typing in campaign notes.
Yeah, it's really up to mainly Lilith and Delson what they want to do.
Yeah, I'm there basically out of loyalty to friends, and I've also fucked about in the dream world a little bit.
Well, we've already killed a dragon with 1 head.
This will be definitely harder.
Well, Nemesis did.
However,
that's the most sound chain of logic there, mate.
Even if we know where the things to control and activate it are, there's always the potential someone else will reactivate it.
No, once you get the circlet and deactivate it, we will destroy the circlet.
And then what will you do with the construct?
The construct will remain in the forest, nature retaking it as it should.
So you'd prefer us to, in an ideal world, you'd prefer us to take control and take control of the construct and putting the circle back to you?
Trothnar.
I don't think you understand the power of the circlets. There is not 3 circlets just as backups. This creature, this construct, was built in a way that it sucks the life from its holder. If you have any less than 3 people operating it, then they all die, and the construct goes berserk.
And we have a broken one as well.
2 are destroyed. The 3rd is the one which we ask for you to find.
So there's no way of controlling the construct that won't involve one of us dying?
You are misunderstanding. To deactivate the construct, you briefly may have the circlet on your head. That alone will not kill you. But to try and control it with a single circlet for even a brief period of time, say an hour or so, will result in your own death. But a
I'll do
brief
it.
couple of seconds to put the circlet on, order it to deactivate, and remove it. It may shorten your life by 1 year, but not enough to kill you there and then.
Right.
I have seen it happen, so I can vouch for it.
Okay.
I'll do it then.
You wish to seek the circlet, then?
Yes.
Aye, I agree.
Yes.
And we will leave it after its use in your hands.
You will need to return it here, but if that is the case, what of the rest of your friends? Will they be joining you?
It's up to them, but I believe so, aye.
If they wish to. Though.
I feel
will
like
not ask
if
them to
I
risk
really
their
wish the Shadow's
lives.
character was here, because if he was like a construct of a 3-headed dragon, he'd be like,
He'd be in on it, but hey, he's not here. He misses
No.
out.
Yep.
It's his own fault, I guess, or maybe it's work. I
Silly
don't
boy.
fucking know.
I think that we will, of course, assist our friends.
So like he sort of looks over and sees your your various horses.
Your horses will not be able to go with you. We shall look after them until you return. On my honor, I shall promise they are well looked after.
I will look over to Hanel and kind of just relay this information to him.
Same with Dio.
If they try anything funny to us, I will ensure that they feel a reckoning they have never experienced. Yoren's just there like, alright, boss man, so long as they don't, try and convert me or some stuff like that.
Of course.
Alright.
So are you ready for this then?
I am ready.
Aye.
Very well. Lesha! And one of the druids sort of in a circle, so like walks forward. You can see this one is a drow, completely bald. His body type actually is very similar to Valor, very muscular, although he is about 2 inches shorter than him. He sort of like walks forward and sort of like indicates for you all to go into a circle.
Yeah, we got our weapons back.
Of course. He sort of like waves at the druid that let you in.
You shall return momentarily. This will be a good time to give you some advice. The place you are going to is not here. This forest borders along a different realm. The circlet was lost in there.
Oh no.
We are sending you in. Leshna will be your anchor. He is going to be your only way in and out. I am not a ill-tempered or evil man, so I shall give you some advice from where you are going. Never go to the cities in the area you head to. Trust nothing that speaks to you there. Do not get involved with the lords of the area. Do not make deals, do not make promises. And be in and out as fast as possible.
About
Okay,
10 minutes
so-
later, the druid comes by with his arms just full of your weapons. Not Valve though, because Valve's a little magic trick.
Okay, yeah, so don't go into the cities. Don't make deals.
I will. I'll put his advice in the
I
campaign
can hear
notes.
Peach vibrating from over
I
here. Jesus Christ. Only because we're probably vibrating at the same frequency, because I am also just as excited.
All right,
Trust
so
no one, do not get involved with the Lord to make deals, to make promises. Jesus, okay. Oh fuck. Okay.
Please, please.
so the elf that's in front of you, so like brings his hands down. He says,
Link arms together and brace yourself. Some of you may experience something when you come back. It is not permanent, I trust you. I can trust you in this.
I will start linking arms.
Yeah,
So you all-
I'll hands with whoever's
Yep.
closest to me.
You all link arms. There's a pause. And then you almost feel like you've all been, like, pulled through something. The temperature goes freezing cold before it begins to warm up again. You open your eyes, and you're in another clearing. But it's different. The trees are more vibrant, taller, larger. You look up into the sky and see that the normally blue sky is now a deep shade of lightish green. The area around you is filled with the sound of various birds and creatures. The druid sort of lets go of everyone's hands and says, "For those of you that have never jumped between the planes, we are in a realm known as the Feywild." And that is where we're going to end it for this session.
Yes!
That's exciting. Wasn't expecting
Yeah!
that. That's good. That's
I
fucking
feel
cool.
like I'm lost on something. What's the Feywilds?
It's like fairyland.
Wilds.
It's like where the
Yes, it's the realm
Silver
of the
Nicot
fey
from-
creatures.
I've had that written for a while, which was why it was very funny, Peach, when you were talking about, like, phase stuff the past couple of days. Because I'm just there like, oh, this is going to be fun when they get to the part where they choose to go into the Feywild.
We're in the fucking Feywild.
Nothing will go bad here at all.
I literally
Nothing terrible will
I
happen
was
while we're
literally
in the
there. I was
Feywild.
literally there, right? Like, because there is a lot of lore about the area, and it's actually, and the Feywild actually has involvement in that with the fall of the Elven Kingdom. I can't say it because,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like part of the war.
but there is a very big reason about the Feywild and the final battle with the elves and the
Yeah,
and
that
the
seems like
tribes.
a actual like really important battle for like the world.
Yeah, but I was just there like, okay, they can either venture into the Feywild, but what if they don't want to go into the Feywild? What if they think that's a bad idea? I guess they can fight the fucking dragon itself. Okay, yeah, I'll have that as an option. What if they don't want to do that? Tough shit, roam around the forest, find like room seal or whatever.
Fucking. Oh my god, you mentioned, like, oh yeah, it's another realm. And I
immediately began thinking
immediately was like, oh my god,
we're doing this. Which means that
Which means the desire to metagame will be very strong for you all, I know.
Oh,
Those of you that know the
Jesus.
Feywild.
Oh yeah, I was losing my shit, like, as it was continuing on, and I was just, say it.
I was actually about to
Like,
ask.
rocking back and forth.
I was actually about to ask before you mentioned this.
If you knew anything about it, Delson probably wouldn't. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
off
for
the
that.
Fey,
Feywild.
but at the same time, it's like, for all you know, they could have taken you to the Shadowfell.
True.
Yeah,
That
I
would
wasn't
have-
sure. I had no idea. That's why I was waiting to hear you describe the setting as soon as we got through the portal.
Yeah,
Because it could have been the
obviously,
Yeah.
the second I explained it, obviously it clicked into place. Oh, it's a Feywild. But like initially, it's like, well, it could be either the Shadowfell or the Feywild.
Yeah,
Or
I didn't
another
want to
world.
just, like, burst out and
Yeah.
say it. Oh my god, there's a Feywild.
So yeah, basically, Delson, you should have paid more attention when Grandma was telling stories.
I mean, there's always stories about the Fey, but never about the Feywild.
Me and Dom have, like, a little planes chart too, as I was
Yeah.
teaching him. I was actually teaching him about planes last night.
Because I was confused about whether Succubi belonged to the Abyss or the Nine Hells.